All right. Welcome everyone to season 3. Finals are finally here. The quarterfinals that is. We're
Good
bringing you
save.
Kraken Slayers versus Los Nomadas. The first game of this uh, postseason. And with me tonight is Malco and Deity. How are you guys doing?
Big chilling. Big chilling.
We got to go ahead and shout out Deity, the Salt, and Hailstrom, all of which have used their Prime subs, all of which will get 1 month of love from us for the next
And
30
Malco
days.
for gifting a sub. What a Chad.
Malco the Blurred gifting a sub. Goodness gracious. All right, that's another 30 days love.
Real quick, just wanted to say feeling really excited today. Noticed that my mic was muted for a hot second, but just want to say really excited to be back on the cast with you guys today. And it's been a little bit, but it's good to finally be able to really get back into these games, especially with the two teams we got going on tonight.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome. So you're
Yeah,
happy
it's
to be
definitely
back?
a long break. Yeah, I mean, there's a long break. We're getting into the postseason, season 3, and there are a lot of competitive teams. This game itself should be a banger, the series.
I'm honestly really excited to see how both these teams are going to perform. As we see on screen, you guys see, we have Kraken Slayers versus. Oh, is it? It's Kraken Slayers versus Velocity or
No,
No,
Kraken
is
Slayers
that's
Los?
right.
Oh,
versus
Los Nomadas.
Sorry.
Whoops.
Los Nomadas.
No,
Sorry.
no worries. I recognized the I saw the symbol. I was like, wait a second, two conflicting things. But just to call off the teams, Kraken Slayers in the top lane, they have Hailstorm, Jungle, Critter, mid, the Golden Pharaoh, ADC, Console C, and support with Killer Kumquat. And on the side of Los Nomadas, we have in the top lane Omega the Reaper, Jungle, Bulgaria, mid, Snurbopsy, ADC, Junie with support Ray wasn't. Not sure how you guys are feeling about this, but I'm excited for both these squads. Both these squads are looking to really try to advance in this particular series. I'm seeing already we got some Los Nomadas cheers. I'm seeing some Hailstrom cheers in the chat as well. So if we want to, we can just get right into the draft on this one. We've already started their picks and bans here as
There's
the
a delay.
first slight delay on the draft here, but we already got it going as Los Namadas has already banned out Camille. We see, oh, we're going to end up restarting that for us here.
Nope,
All
just
right.
went ahead and pushed it to up live.
All right, so we're just going straight to the live. Right here, we have for the bands from the side of Los Namadas in round one, it's Camille, Morgana, Swain. From the bands on the red side of Kraken Slayers, we have Amumu, Lux, Pantheon. For round one picks, Los Namadas goes with Jin, Thresh, Singe. And for Kraken Slayers, round one, they decide to pick Samira, Nautilus, Urgot. For round two of bands, we have Nocturne and Hue. And then for the Kraken Slayers, they ban out in the round two, Tryndamere and the Karma. For the round two picks, we see Los Nomadas rounding out their composition with Lysandra and Jax. And for Kraken Slayers, they want to finalize their comp with the Belveth and the Galio.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I mean, there's lots of comfort here for both Los Nomadas and Kraken Slayers on the 1, 2, 3 picks. Both bot laners and top laners selected early. Um, we have the Belveth coming out for Critter jungle. There's some role swaps going around, so Critter moved to jungle. We have Pharaoh moving to mid, and then we have Console moving to AD carry from where they were originally, just for this series. So they got some secret tech on the new patch. I'm assuming that's a Galio mid and a Nautilus support, but I could be mistaken. It could be a Nautilus mid, but I would assume the Galio's going mid. But ultimately, the only one that looks a little bit interesting is the Jax jungle for Bulgaria. It's not typically a Bulgaria champion, but we'll see what he's been cooking.
I would find it very interesting to have it be a Nautilus mid in Kraken Slayers comp, especially when you do have that Galio access. It would make sense to have Pharaoh trying to help facilitate either the top mid jungle composition or help jungle in bot side whenever is needed. And I know that now with the new changes, I think it's a little bit more closer to bot centric. So they might be trying to facilitate that bot lane a little bit more, especially when you have someone like the Samira on that side, but they do have a lot of ways of stopping it on the side of Los Nomadas. So there is a couple of things that they can do to potentially counter the composition of Kraken Slayers, I would feel. But for the most part, it's looking like they're going to try to put a lot of work into that Samir, get her ahead, and just allow her to steamroll the game through console.
Yeah, Kraken Slayers have a very like death ball kind of comp where they all just are big, beefy. They all have relatively good ways of CC. A lot of it's going to be on Samira for the AOE damage here, to be able to just wipe up. So Samira is going to be the big target. Los Nomadas have a little bit more like pick tools. They got the Jin, Thrush, Lysandra. They have, Singe, Poison, AoE. So, I mean, ultimately, I think it's gonna be very keen on how ahead this bot lane gets, on both sides. If the Jin gets too far behind it, Los Nomadas might be lacking in the damage department just a little bit. With all those beefy members, they don't really have somebody that is going to be able to just do constant DPS to their front line. So that would be the big thing to watch is how this bot lane plays out.
And that's I think right now both teams are trying to make full adjustments, especially with the way the meta is currently going. Again, and I know I keep reminding people, but I'm also reminding myself that we are on a new patch. But with this new patch comes quite a few different changes, such as the removal of mythic items. So you're gonna see a bunch of mixes of different items and some changes that were made and new items, of course, that we might not have seen previously before. If you're new to the league, we already are seeing some changes in the compositions. Like this time around, we're not seeing like a lot of the standard green junglers that we see. We're actually getting some kind of like some changes coming up this time around. Belveth we've seen quite a few times, but I guess it's a Jax jungle, you said? Yeah, Jax jungle. So I
Yep.
haven't seen a Jax jungle so much as of late, but Jax has proven to be a bit of a powerhouse, even in the last patch. And with these newer items, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just as powerful, if not even better.
Yeah, I think on the new patch, Jack's jungle is actually a lot better, just in the sense that junglers right now are more less gank potential because of the lanes being widened. Other than bot lane, it's kind of harder to gank, especially the solo lanes. So champions that we were seeing before, like tanky junglers that would just run in and gank, not farm as much, are kind of like, I'm not gonna say they're extinct. Like they still have their place, but they are a lot harder to get proactive plays going in the early game. And right now, it's a lot about being able to fight for like the new grubs. Those more early objectives are up. So having a champion like Jax and Belveth that can both easily take those camps quickly, and then also farm their camps well, fight for neutral objectives when they're up. It's an important thing right now.
Yeah, and that's why I like seeing some of the bans that we do see from both teams. That I like seeing the Nocturne ban. I like seeing the Camille ban, the Pantheon, and the Amumu, particularly for those four champions. I want to call out only because like it's mostly like that just allows for greater combat, especially depending if you're trying to fight through a particular combo. Um, I I don't want to say that like right now I'm liking more the side of Kraken Slayers due to the fact of how their composition works. It's just easier for me to really see like what they're looking to do. But Los Nomadas has a comp that's looking to kind of like menace and split you up and make you try to make consistent split decisions. And I think Los Nomadas is playing more towards let's play more the mental game than the actual like league game itself. If we can get them to constantly split up their decisions, get Pharaoh to go into different places that he's not supposed to be, make certain people act out on their more their bad decisions, which the team that they have is what I feel like could easily do. Which it's just basically what I'm saying is they have an easy, very easy 1-3-1 composition, and for that composition, I think make them split themselves up a lot, and it's going to become very difficult for Kraken Slayers to be able to make easy decisions.
Yep. Like I said, it's gonna probably come down to the bot lane. I think the bot lane is where the we are getting into game, but the bot lane is going to be the one to look at. That's going to be the matchup of this game. Is going to be the bot lane, and seeing which one can get the early advantage, and that's going to be a big factor in this game.
I'm not going to be very surprised if what we're looking at is going to be like the very beginning of the game. Like both these teams are probably going to look to run at each other potentially. Both these teams have pretty decent invades, so yeah, already you see the blue side is already looking to stack up here for the side of Los Nomadas. They want to stack towards this bot side. Only one that's really seated. Did they get fit? Actually, I think they saw them.
I mean, there's a word there, so if they do end up walking forward, they will see it. They're playing smart and not to show that they're going to be there, but seems like they're just doing typical Los Nomadas things, getting some early vision on the map they might want to see. We might get a little
Omega, you're caught out in the wrong place at the wrong time. Flash might need to be used, and it ends up being used by also Critter, but gets the first blood for themselves as the Ghost was used by Omega to try to get away, but unfortunately not going to be enough. Hailstrom and Critter, good job.
It's tough to use Flash when we don't take Flash.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Sometimes I just instantly assume that people take Flash, but then you also gotta remember he's a Singed. He's looking to be more menacing than trying to get away. So
yeah. The Ignite's a bit of an interesting choice. I know it's not unusual in solo queue, but for sure Flash and Teleport are typically the more comp summoner spells that you normally see. But again, we'll let them cook.
And I just noticed that Pharaoh this time around is actually going the Dark Harvest Galio, so he's probably going to be a little bit more AP. I guess they probably feel between Urgot and Killer that they have enough maybe front line for themselves. So Pharaoh's opting in to go for more of the damagey route. Curious how that's going to work out for him, but we'll have to see.
I don't love it. I think I understand the build that he's trying to go for. Is he's probably going to go for like the Storm Surge, like Galio, like one pop Galio that Boss is playing. But I think the best thing that you can do on Galio into like an AP mage is literally just build Kendrick Rookern and just which gives you a giant magic shield, just makes it so it's impossible for the enemy mid laner to actually trade into you. And then you can just go into full AP afterwards. But I mean, hey, if he gets some one shots out, then that'll be good for viewership. Be exciting.
Right, it'll be fun for them, but it'll be fun for us to watch. But I don't know how fun it will be for his team, and so we'll just have to keep a close eye on that mid lane and just see how well he ends up doing on this here. Bulgaria caught out in the between. Hailstrom, Critter starting to walk up to him. The flip being used, not able to be knocked up, but Bulgaria is actually able to live out a little bit of the damage. Serbopsy here, able to get into the fight and is able to slay Critter, getting the roam timer on the proper time. Golden Pharaoh here to go ahead and help defend, trying to take out Bulgaria as a trade as Golden Pharaoh's able to take him out, trying to take a little bit more damage, but that's going to be his life. Trade is Nerbopsy, not able to get away. Hailstorm taking another one with him, and he's going to have to flash over the wall trying to get away from Omega with his life. Overall, 2 for 2.
Yeah, it was a solid start to the play from Kraken Slayers, and then a little off the rails, but ultimately that's perfectly fine place for Hailstrom to be at, getting a kill for himself. The wave's pushing into him. He doesn't really lose anything there, so ultimately it just is pretty even. Pretty much even on the mid lane. A little bit more CS for Critter, a little bit more gold, obviously. Got that first blood. But
Aside from that, right now still an edge over 2 Kraken Slayers overall with the 700 gold lead. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're sitting this much ahead, but I guess it does have to do with like some of the farm discrepancies that we do see in certain places. But we should see that start to mitigate very soon as Golden Pharaoh is roaming down to this bot lane right now as we do see Nautilus trying to come around. I'm not sure if they know that he's traveling there, but I'm sure Snirbopsy already pinged MIA for his laner. And then he goes right back in. Bulgaria's here ready and waiting. Snare landed. Snirbopsy trying to land a little bit more. Golden Pharaoh stayed there a little too long, having used his flash to get back under his turret. Oh, and then Critter coming from the bottom part of the jungle. Knock up landed onto Snirbopsy. Snirbopsy able to get the land of the snare, and then the claw able to get him out. Taunt might have stayed in way too long there. Golden Pharaoh as the dodge from the Jax is able to be used. Gonna be able to help him slay their Golden Pharaoh. Gonna be taken down as the double kill goes to Bulgaria in the prolonged fight. Counter-Strike, that was the...
Yep, we're just getting Snirbopsy is doing typical Snirbopsy things and just being really good at making sure he is always available and participates well in these mid-jungle fights early.
They're gonna fight for these Void Grubs here, and Pharaoh trying to take one, not gonna be able to take it, but maybe able to take Bulgaria's life, walking away, but big shutdown going over to the Urgot. That's definitely one person you want to try to get a little bit accelerated in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Snirbopsy's in a really good spot mid lane. He's up quite a bit of experience on Pharaoh here, and we have Bulgaria recovering from that first blood deficit towards Critter.
Oh, nice use of the claw and the snare to negate Pharaoh being able to escape. Level 6 on Snirbopsy. Has already used the ult and now is just chasing down Pharaoh. Pharaoh able to use the Q to go ahead and push him away. Snirbopsy, good amount of damage to get off of him there. But still, Pharaoh not hitting 6 as of yet, but that's probably not going to help too much. Might be able to bait Snirbopsy here. Critter pulling up, but I think Snirbopsy is too smart for that. Not going to fall for the bait and decides to just back instead.
Yeah, I mean, it will prove to be more. I mean, this is typical of Nomadas gameplay. Just make sure we're at every objective when it spawns. It's good play from them, being able to just kind of without much recourse be able to contest and get these objectives early.
Still able to keep without allowing Kraken Slayers to be able to gain any surmountable leads or any real type of advantages for themselves. Even with this minor gold lead that we do see here, that just hitting the 1K mark finally, Raider's able to find Omega, and he's going to be able to dodge out on the knockup. Lands not able to get him into the pool there, but at least he was able to get them to back off. And as I was saying, we see about a 1K gold lead or just over 1K sitting here from the side of Kraken Slayers, but they're not really making too much happen with their lead currently. And a 1K gold lead is not enough to really make anything happen either. So I think for them right now, they're just... I think Los Nomadas is sitting pretty comfortably.
Yeah, basically that gold lead is the top lane on him.
That gold lead is all top lane, my guy.
Yeah.
That's a 1K up on Hailstorm, which Hailstorm will actually become really strong. Their comp is very short range. Besides,
he lands it, gets the taunt, snare lands, but Snirbopsy not gonna be able to get away. Counter Strike lands on top of Pharaoh, stuns him up. Ultimate use, Snirbopsy taking that kill in the mid lane. The counter gank ends up working out, and it's another kill for Los Nomadas. Now that gold lead down to 200.
Yeah, they just need to stop fighting around mid lane. They're at a point right now where they just cannot make it. They're not going to be able to make it work.
It would make more sense to try to make use of your bot lane lead that you're getting. I mean, they're constantly pushing them in, so I see why Critter can't really make anything happen. If you really only have use of one lane, it looks like it's top side right now. Slow lands onto him. Ult popped by the Singe. Gonna be able to flip him over. Still within turret range, Critter. You're looking kind of low. Bulgaria now here to go ahead and help with the counter gate, but Omega the Reaper going to be able to take the kill in the 2v1 with another kill going over to Bulgaria. Too much fighting, leading to too many deaths, and right now Los Nomadas now in the lead.
Yeah, Critter's going for some pretty desperate plays that he really doesn't need to. Really, all he needs to do in this game right now is just click his camps and wait until grubs come up and try to fight together with Hailstrom. But we're giving a lot of gold over to the top side of.
Used by Killer Kumquat. Junie gonna have to flash out. Golden Pharaoh wanted to try to make something happen there, but now a lot of time wasted. Snerbopsy able to just go ahead and just free farm into this mid lane. Might be able to even grab this plate at the same time. Unless root on to Critter. Critter not going to engage and maybe help make use of that Galio ultimate. But Galio being here, Claw not going to be able to be used as the taunt lands. Critter wanting to go back in as Hailstrom is tailing right behind him too. With no type of CC or slow, if you can get that damage, oh no, the ult used to negate the Urgot, but it's not going to be enough. You tried and that's the shutdown going over to Critter. But return kill under the turret.
Oh, Critter, we don't take that ult.
And unfortunately, we thought that we'd get a win here, but now that's just Bulgaria able to secure another set of Void Grubs, but the ult used by the Golden Pharaoh going in and another kill going over to Hailstrom, starting to look like that raid boss that we wanted to see. Then we see the director camera decide to switch right back down to the bot side as the hook lands, pulling in Killer Kumquat and Junie able to secure that kill. Omega the Reaper still down here, trying to get another kill. Golden Pharaoh, a little bit of golden in his pocket, much necessary. As we're starting to see now, this game is going back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, a little mishap bot lane, but besides that, I mean, the big takeaway is that we have all 6 grubs on Los Nomadas, so they are going to get a lot of benefit from that just throughout the game, just having all 6 of those uncontested. We do have, first item complete for Jax and Belveth.
But we do still have a pretty decent lead in that top lane. I think what they're going to try to do is a composition of like maybe a 4-1 with Urgot at the front line. But Urgot, you stayed way too long. Getting that plate might not be worth it. You're looking to look at the gray screen, but you're trying to dodge out. You're doing too much. Hailstrom, the shield might just be barely enough. You're walking the wrong way, and Omega the Reaper is able to take that kill.
Yeah, the game's going, I think, pretty well for Los Nomadas considering the start. Like I said, Farah is going for the try to one-shot you Galio build. Don't know if well, I mean, we'll see if that'll help. We'll see if that was the right call. If he's able to maybe catch someone off guard. No one presses tab that doesn't know he has his big AP storm item.
I mean, maybe potentially catch Lissandra this time without letting her escape because he's able to get that burst. But we'll have to just see it happen. We do see that their team is still relatively squishy at this point. So I think for his... Oh, no. Getting caught out there, Killer Kumquat. You're in between 3. Golden Pharaoh able to come in. But Critter is going to be able to take the Drake. Console C loses his life as Snerbopsy is caught up by Killer Kumquat, but he's gonna lose his life to Bulgaria. Bulgaria now looking for more, but they lose the dragon, but they take 2 kills.
Snerbopsy just covering Junie and making sure that Console can't 1v1 her. He's pretty good here.
Critter found.
Getting out.
Found once again. Don't got the right dashes right now though, buddy.
I mean, on the bright side for Kraken Slayers, they did obtain a dragon, so they did get 1 neutral objective so far, which can slow down the pacing a little bit of this game, possibly later on. Right now, they just have to kind of lick their wounds and make sure they're staying up in CS and farm. I mean, top lane does have a huge CS advantage right now, so Maelstrom still is going to be dominating that top side, even though kills and assists and deaths are relatively the same.
But now, as we see, we're already seeing some swaps of lane assignments. Mid lane has swapped down to bot lane, swapped with the bot lane. So they're trying to stop this, but Pharaoh, unfortunately, in the wrong place, and it's just going to be a nice little kill. Junie able to get that one, and now 3-0-0 killing spree for this Jhin.
That is Junie's law. She will always get ahead. Can't. Gotta. Kraken Slayers do need to put some resources into trying to get her behind so that they can function here or help Console get ahead, because he, like I said, Console is their team's he's the late game insurance policy. He's the team fight god.
Oh, hold on, Omega, you were pushed up a little too far. Alt pop, direct the camera, decided nothing else was happening, but instead we got Bopsy here, able to catch him in the middle. Samira, unfortunately, gonna get caught up, and that's gonna be the end of your life. 4 kills for Jin right now. Junie on a rampage, as Killer Conquest is attempting to get away, opens the curtains. The first bullet hits, second bullet hits, third bullet barely hits, but Snur Bopsy's gonna take that kill for themselves.
Are gonna try to return, so we'll get something for that, but Arrow's getting caught out again.
And being too aggressive on, like, he's being very aggressive into a team that is decently ahead, and I'm not sure if he's tabbing or what's going on, but it's like, you can't expect to just blow someone up, especially as defensive as like Jax or Lissandro as Galio. I don't really expect it to work too much. I was hoping that maybe they would start, like, once he got that, it's like, okay, start going bot, like, start going after Junie, start trying to get this Jin a little bit far behind, start putting more resources into the bot lane, which made more sense. Probably didn't have the knock up there. Killer Conquest now here missing the Q, but they're gonna land everything else on the hand, and that's looking like 2 potential deaths here. The Resistances was able to help him live a little bit longer, but Critter's gonna be slain by the Thresh as they try to get away. Golden Pharaoh's now here, and he's chasing down Ray Was, but they're really looking for any particular target. They want to get something back. Flash used by Snurboxy to go ahead and dodge, as the Q does not land onto anybody, taking turret shots, going in, trying to take it. Goes and is able to kill him, but now caught up in the middle of everybody, as that goes another kill going over to Junie. 5-0-1 going unstoppable, and this is the rest of those Nomadas here to go ahead and take more. Samira gets a kill, but that's now a double kill for the Jin, and another kill going over Omega the Reaper. Everybody eviscerated on the side of Kraken Slayers, and Los Nomadas looking real good, 20-9 in this game.
Yep, they are now going on the 5K gold ahead. It seems like they're Los Nomadas is kind of just roaming around as a team and doing things together, kind of using like one person in the side lane and just having everyone else follow each other around to go around the map trying to get kills and extend their early game lead that they got while they were getting all those objectives. Seems like Kraken Slayers is being a little bit over-eager and trying to kind of compensate for the fact that they're behind, and they're trying to take these risky fights to hope that they just get something turned back in their way, but it's just it's not quite working out for them yet.
They don't really have the composition for like picking people off completely. At least I feel like even if you caught someone out with like Samir and Galio together, like potentially 2 people on their team can actually still get out alive. Oh, we do have a fight going on down here. Killer Conquest caught out in the middle of everybody. We do see the solo kill going over to Omega in the top side on Hailstrom, and now this is going to be another Drake going over to Los Nomadas.
I think the better term is it's not that playing it's playing against a pick comp against Los Nomadas usually doesn't work because they're never apart from each other. They don't play away from each other. They all play together. They all run around the map. The best way to play, in my opinion, against a team like theirs would be if you either split them apart to the point where you can get meaningful trades on the other side of the map, or trade objectives, or you have to play something like them and you have to just try to out-team fight them. But playing pick comps is relatively difficult when, you know, like, they're never going to be able to pick out that Jin because he's always going to have a Thresh and a Lissandra near him. There's just not a lot that you can really do in that scenario.
Listener, Bopsy caught out in the middle of 3. This might be the pick they finally need. You got 3 members in the middle, uses the ult on themselves, still under the turret, able to snare up 2. Critter gonna be able to slay that kill, but that might be enough. The turret takes it, and Bopsy's able to take a return kill for that. So much use for that 1 kill, and even though they were able to get it, still a net positive for the side of Los Nomadas.
Yeah, again, the issue is we're we blew 2 flashes, we blew ults. Not gonna have those for the Baron coming up if they choose to try to fight around that objective.
I'm not gonna lie, the way they're fighting in this game. Hold on, opens the curtain, able to take a kill. Junie 8-0-1, going legendary. Killer Kumquat not gonna be able to land that hook onto Junie. Just finally gonna try to land something. Counter Strike stuns him up. Hook land. W lands. So much CC. How do you get away from this? Another one. It's gonna be the last auto landing from Bulgaria, able to take that kill onto the enemy support. And it's just so much going on as Critter loses his life to the legendary Jin. Console C going in, trying to make something happen. Not going to be able to land the Q, and unfortunately going to lose their life to Bulgaria. And that's just another kill being given to them as the Baron spawns. The team's not looking to go for Baron right now, but I'm definitely feeling strong to fight at it.
And we got we got mid laner just leaving his support to the Singe. He's coming back.
He just doesn't care. He had to turn around real quick. Hold on. Judy able to catch him. Wow, that was an insane crit. Not even a 4th shot. Takes away about a good chunk of, maybe a good like third of his health, and then that was another kill going right over to the Los Nomadas ADC as Hailstorm trying to be the hero, caught in the middle of them, able to barely get away, ticking, burning down. Not gonna be enough as Console C's able to slay Snirbopsy. Bulgaria trying to go ahead and try to get the revenge for his mid laner. Counter Strike not gonna be enough. Another kill going to Console C, shut down onto Bulgaria. Some much needed gold onto the Samira, and it's definitely looking like a good game that we have in our hands to be able to turn a little bit of the gold around.
Yeah, I mean, once Samira starts getting her items again, it's definitely like not completely unwinnable.
Caught up, a little bit of CC. We got the TP coming in. It's just gonna be Hailstorm trying to go right in on top of Omega, but he's just running away for his life. Golden Pharaoh uses the ult to try to jump in, and that's gonna be the end of Console C as he takes and burns. Gonna be going unstoppable. Junie slaying the enemy support, able to go legendary continuously as Nerboxy takes out his enemy mid laner with a double kill. Taking out Hailstorm, going right over to Junie as a triple kill is secured with the second bullet shot from the curtain call. 12-0-5, and this is looking like a Baron for the side of Los Nomadas.
Yeah, Junie is doing Junie things. He's just sitting there and critting everybody.
At this point, Los Nomadas looking very, very clean in this game. Yeah, there's some, maybe some few mistakes jumping into fights where they didn't need to necessarily give it up, but overall, total dominance and control after about, I want to say maybe the 15-minute mark. They've taken complete dominance in this game.
Yeah, there was. I mean, a lot of the fights were happening top side, so the bot lane kind of was just able to just sit there and farm and not really do much, and then. Los Nomadas are just grouping better, so it is just getting, funneling gold into Junie off of these, like, ultimates and whatnot, so just 12-0-5 Jin, 3 items is going to be pretty hard to take away.
Big land of that snare, going to take out the enemy jungler Snirbopsy as the Drake is able to go right over to Los Nomadas. Omega the Reaper able to kill the enemy support. Console C trying to take something out, not going to be able to do so as they also take out the enemy top laner Hailstorm going down to the gray screen. Only one alive right now is Golden Pharaoh. He's trying to get away, stay alive for his team, but that's a literal perfect fight for the side of Los Nomadas.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit harder to come up with ways for the Kraken to come back here. They might honestly just push and try. I don't think they can end, but they will definitely get in mid. And then they probably will get a bot tower as well.
Yep. if anything, they're gonna they can at this point just do a 4-1 and just keep splitting. It's very hard for them to it's very hard for Kraken Slayers to be able to fight Los Nomadas at this current moment. They're well ahead, so even if you catch them in a 4v5, it's kind of unlikely that you might even win that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to be, not to be a downer, but it's going to be very, very hard for Kraken Slayers to scrounge up enough opportunities and gold to actually get the Samira where she needs to be. She did unfortunately have to delay her damage items to buy a shield bow, which is I mean, not Samira's not doing any damage until 4 items, until she gets IE LDR. I just don't think she has enough time for that to come online, so...
Now with literally Singh staring you in the face, barreling down into your face, even though Pharaoh did Yep, you gotta remember, they're never actually alone, except for maybe the top laner Shutdown going over to Samira, as she's able to take that kill, get a revenge kill for the mid laner of their side, and end up dying. But I think an overall net positive still for Los Nomadas, as they're able to still keep barreling down.
I mean, I think this is the time for them to fight right now.
Shutdown big from Constant C, able to go ahead and kill Snurboxy immediately in the beginning of that fight. Bulgaria trying to get on top of him, able to do so while taking all that turret damage. This is the fight that they needed to go ahead and stall out maybe one more rotation of the objective. One to stop there. Junie gonna want to try to take that kill. Not able to secure it without the extra shot because Critter was too far away. But we do see that they were able to get a big fight and stop this top lane barrel straight into their base immediately, and now Pharaoh back up is able to go ahead and stop any more type of push that they could possibly imagine having. But the tower still does go down, and Los Nomadas takes another. Oh, nice! Nicely done with the lantern there from Ray, was able to get Junie out of there.
Has no meaning, but your death.
The unkillable demon queen. She will not be slain.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that Console was able to get some much needed gold there, so he can get his 3rd item. Is still going to be challenging when they're fighting his 5 with their ultimates. I think that one was pretty much an even fight, but that was without Snurboxy having his ult. So we will. Dragon's coming up in a minute 20. Baron's in a minute 30.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think if Kraken Slayers loses this dragon fight, they probably lose the game here. Their base is kind of still in some shambles at the moment, and the last thing they need is a big team fight that they lose, and it just allows them to just go straight into the middle of the base.
I almost don't know if they can afford to fight the dragon unless they get a miracle pick off of here.
I mean, 2 TPs are up, so I mean, if they can push down this mid lane a little bit, they might be able to do something. But
yeah, I just don't know how they fight on. I don't know how they fight on even footing, like without being in their base to help or like in an advanced position. Right now, the Los Nomadas have all the power. They can just set up in a bush and wait until they come, and then just use all of their abilities and kill them.
Their Bobsy right in the middle, catches out Critter, able to use the ult to go ahead and get them stunned up there. Big ult from the Galio, able to land onto 3 people. It wasn't enough as Critter's taken down by Ray was, but Galio able to take out the enemy mid laner. Bobsy Bulgaria still living out a lot of damage, still alive as Junie doing so much in the back, able to help out with the support damage as the triple kill comes out from Bulgaria, but is going to be taken down by Hailstrom, and Ray was going to be able to secure that last kill, leading to the ace 2 for 5, but it still ends up looking like they're going to be the win here.
Yeah, I mean, textbook. They didn't let the few misplays early game get to them. They just went to every objective. They were able to fight for it. Had better mid-jungle fights. Bot lane was able to just exist, and then there you go.
We'll just see if bot lane has officially become non-interactive again, and all they have to do is eventually walk up.
I think it would have been probably more beneficial for Critter to try to play more around the the bot side of the map than the top side of the map, just because even though Hailstorm was pretty big in that early game, it's still just I think the are a little bit harder to like from behind, especially the mid and jungle. A little bit hard to make those fights work when Sir Bopsy always has prio.
Yep, and then honestly, just definitely I want to definitely say the protection for the backline was absolutely insane. Junie a lot of the time did not feel like I didn't feel that they were necessarily in any real like danger in most moments. So very well done there. Ray was definitely very clutch. I'm just overall by Los Nomadas entirely. Like I wasn't expecting that game to go that way in particular, but I'm expecting that maybe this time around Kraken Slayers is gonna be able to learn some things and really edge it up for game two.
Yeah, I think the big thing is they should look for ways to punish their bot lane. They should look a way to put Junie behind in the game. She's usually always in a position where she can basically just exist and get kills off the backs of these fights. Nobody really ever threatens her. Ray does a good job at protecting her and standing near her, make sure that like nobody can get a good time to jump on them. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure Bopsy's coordinating these like early game skirmishes, and it's working out for him. But I do definitely think Kraken Slayers can come back from this. I think that they can shrug off that game and just take what they learned and try to apply a new strategy for game two.
Right, just call it a real quick mental reset. That's all they need. I'm sure. I'm very sure.
They're just getting the bugs out. They're just
Yep. They're back on stage. It's been 2 weeks. Everyone's kind of, it's been 2-3 weeks. Everyone's kind of a little rusty, having the shenanigans and all the, the kinks and the nerves and all that stuff. Like they're being streamed right now, so they're definitely feeling it. They got to make sure that they put on their best show, but not only put on the best show, but they gotta just, they're trying to also win. This is the quarterfinals that everyone's got to remember. So this is playoffs. Everybody's trying to give it their best right now. And maybe the composition. Honestly, if they just switch out maybe two champions, I think Kraken Slayer's composition can definitely still work the way they wanted to. I'm not sure how comfortable Kumquat is on the Nautilus. I don't know if there's maybe an easier tank option to. I mean, the guaranteed RCC is actually really good too. So I
I think I think I
maybe
think Nautilus is one of his more comfort champions. He
yeah.
usually plays the Leonas, the Maokais,
Oh, okay.
the Gallia support, stuff
We
like that.
want Rel.
We
We
do want
want
Rel.
Rel.
We love Rel. But the problem with Rel is I feel like Rel might not be a wonderful option into the way that Los Nomadas bot lane plays, because they usually play pretty safe. Unless you can take away the Thresh, maybe. I feel like it's a little bit hard for the Rel to actually behave into that unless they pay special attention bot lane. Yep, Mont Blanc, you are correct. If you do not have flash, the champion feels a little bad.
Bro, only is good when you have flash. Man, that's sad. That's real sad. You're only good when you have a summoner up. Mm, feels bad, man.
Yeah, there's quite a few champions that feel like that, sadly. That's why Cosmic Insight's like one of the most popular runes in the game. Just get those flashes up.
Over and over and
Hex
over
Flash
again.
it is.
That too.
Game 2 is gonna be awesome. That's what I want to see.
Hey, do we got any primers? We got any
Any
we
new
got
one?
any love for 30 monthers in chat?
Any new 30-day lovers here? Oh, the Salt actually gifted a tier 1 sub there. I didn't notice that. No, thank you, Salt.
Mine's
Anybody?
getting the hookup. That's hype.
Anybody want to match it one more time? Come on, we gotta get the trifecta. Guarantee someone's love for 30 days. And then that person owes you love for 60 days because you gifted them a sub. We'll put that into the
This is true.
clause.
This is true. We are in a slight intermission right now, just having everybody take a breather after that that banger of a game. Sub
That
Sugar Daddy.
that was actually fun. That was fun. Honestly, it was actually very
Montblanc, if
interesting.
you use your Twitch Prime sub though, then Jeff Bezos can be your sugar sub daddy. You just have to let him.
You just have to pay him for it.
No, it's free if you have Twitch Prime. I see Montblanc's got the crown. He's got the Prime.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
That it's in his hands. Jeff Bezos gave you the $5. Where you spend it is up to you. But Rat IRL is not going to love you for 30 days. So what's the hold up?
Right. You have people here who will actually love you.
Yes, definitely. I definitely listen. Kraken Slayers are really from what I've seen from them this season. They are good at shaking off a loss and coming back and winning. They have had lots of series where they would either, lose the first game or lose the second game, whatever. They can shake off a loss. They have the tools, they have the players.
Fact check.
I think they might.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
I was say, fact check me real quick. Isn't Kraken Slayers the team this season that for I think like the first like 4 or 5 weeks they were undefeated in game 2s?
That's correct.
Yeah, they would lose because they lost their first I think 4 or 5 games, but then they went on a really good playoff run towards the later half once they mixed up their team a little bit.
Well, they decided
but
that
yeah,
they could win in game 1, and then
yeah, they did decide that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they almost beat Ultra Lords that week. They
absolutely.
they were really close.
Couple of Zig steals goes the other way, and
Yeah.
it's not there. But looks like we're gonna go ahead and roll into draft now.
Let's get this draft going. Right now, we see for phase 1 of bans, as you guys can see, this is the pre-recorded draft, so you guys see everything basically live, kind of. I think, or
No,
is this actually
this
live?
is live. This is live.
Oh, this is straight live. Okay,
We're
cool,
live.
cool.
We're here.
We're here. All right, cool. So for the first round of bans, we do see from Kraken Slayers, they banned the Amumu, Lux, and Singe. You don't want that Singed again. That was definitely annoying. And Los Nomadas, as they finalized their third round 1 ban, we do see the Swain ban from Console C, the Camille ban from Hailstrom, and let's Morgana now also banned, which would definitely be a good ban if you're trying to play a lot of bot lane CC. And we do see Kraken Slayers picking up that Jhin for themselves.
They are stealing Junie's Jhin. Nice.
Not allowed to play
So
the Jhin
are
this
we
time.
going to get the Varus? Are we going to get the Ezreal?
I was
What are
gonna
we
say
looking at?
I was actually gonna say Ezreal sounds like that would be the best option at this point. Ezreal and maybe some other poker, especially if you
We are going to get the Caitlyn.
actually that might be another good pick there because you can still go some type of other poke mage support or enchanter to kind of just allow Junie to still play that safe backline type of just farm until things need to happen. But instead,
Yeah,
Ray
would've.
wants to continue with that Thresh.
A safe thing for him to pick Thresh. It's kind of the champion that he likes to. This is comfort champion.
I like it.
Without showing much. I mean, there are definitely things that Kraken can pick to. Are we gonna see a Hui? We're gonna see a Hui. Pharaoh has made his case. He has told everybody that he is playing Hui, and there's nothing that they can do about it.
I might have to bet for Kraken Slayers on this one. That I've already seen some of the terror that Nocturne has been causing on the Rift, and I'm not excited to watch this thing.
You're not going to do much watching because he has his ult up every time, so the lights are always going to be out. But it's a Los Nomada's problem.
Well, we're the casters. We're the omnipotent.
But we can see through the dark, Malco. We have the insider information.
And I do like Bulgaria getting back the Jacks this time around. They haven't really changed too much. Just this time without the Jin, they decided to go for the next best thing, which is kind of the original Jin and Caitlyn. So it doesn't really. Their comp is kind of a same run back from the last one. I like this, and we are seeing the band starting up for Los Nomadas. We see from round 1 or round 2 bans from Los Nomadas. It was Nautilus and Trundle. For Kraken Slayers, they decided to ban out the Pantheon and Kale.
So it makes me think that Hailstorm wants to play something like melee or something like maybe a tank, maybe he wants to pull out the Maokai, maybe he wants to play something like a Garen. If he's banning out the Kale, just doesn't want free lane for last pick there. Would imagine Cerbopsy is going to first blind pick probably like an Annie or an Ari. Yep.
And there's the Ari. I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna put Hailstrom on Ornn duty here.
I could see it. I could see an Ornn. Ornn would be pretty not bad in this comp. But we will see the Mordekaiser.
I kind of like this.
Yeah, it's not terrible. He can take out one of the threats on their back line. Jin and Hui are going to be pretty artillery. Nocturne. Would like to see something that could follow up kind of on with the Nocturne. That's something.
As long as combo is not messed up, that's something. And I kind of like this response in a way. Like, give yourself a chance to be able to 1v1 in fights, picking up the Olaf.
Yeah, that is the problem with picking Mordekaiser blind, though, is that champion does get countered by Olaf. Which we'll have to see how he would be able to deal with that. But Olaf into their comp is a little scary, as they don't really have any champions that can directly deal with him. They kind of need to play from a safe distance and try to poke him out. But yeah, we'll just have to see. They have a little bit less like engage potential on Los Nomadas than they did last time. They don't have the guaranteed Lissandra CC. They don't have like the Jin ultimate that can start off the fight. So if Kraken Slayers are able to just play their game slower, they're able to get Hui and Jin on some items, and they can pick their fights well. They do have some pick tools. Again, Los Nomadas typically likes to play grouped, so we'll see how well that they can affect that.
What I'm gonna say is this.
Yeah, an Ornn would have been probably better than the Mordekaiser, in my opinion, or even like
I'm
I
also.
think Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say I'm personally a person who really loves Ornn. Like I like the champion for the most part. So it's just like, oh, okay, like Ornn himself is just really good to me just to help enable I'm just like I'm a support main, so I just love being able to try to help enable the rest of my team. Like that's just the type of the way I generally play. So I'm just like, oh, if this is something that can help enable the team while also being you would have had a really big wombo, turn out the lights, all of a sudden Ornn Horn's called in the middle of a team fight. Like I think there was a lot of combination there that could have been had. But I mean, if Hailstorm, if he's feeling comfortable and confident on this Mordekaiser, I say let him play it, especially with Pharaoh now getting a champion that he is also comfortable with in the Hui. I'm very and then also utilizing like maybe lack of knowledge to their advantage, because if they've studied enough and they've practiced enough and things like that, they might be able to utilize like the lack of knowledge on the champion to their advantage of some of the new items to try to maybe eke a win out in this game too.
Yeah, I think Pharaoh just has to be very careful about where he positions. If he misuses his E ability once, he will just get jumped on by Ari and probably killed. So he does need to play. He needs to play at his range advantage against Ari. He needs to make sure that he is saving his ease for when Ari runs in at him, preferably probably EQ, in case she all of a sudden dashes in to charm. But I mean, again, they should be playing more of a controlled style game, and hopefully Hui can get these waves pushed in and get a little bit more prio than he was able to on the Galio.
I think that's
But
what was the purpose, because Pharaoh is the type of player who needs to be a little bit more aggressive. You need to put him on something that he can still kind of be aggressive, but play a little bit more confidently. And I think putting him on a Galio was probably not the best bet, just because it doesn't allow him to be as aggro as he generally wants to play. The Hui has a lot more offensive utility that will allow him to be able to play, and it has also defensive utility that he can use to be a little bit safer. And I think that's what they're trying to do here, is just get Pharaoh to be on something a little bit safer for himself, something that he can have a little bit more fun playing, and that'll help him to play a bit better for this game around. I think they're just looking to just, bolster their players to play their best on the side of Kraken Slayers. And as you guys can see, we are officially within the last fifth of the countdown. So you guys can vote. Who is going to win game 2? Will it be Kraken Slayers taking game 2 as they normally love to do? Or is it going to be Los Nomadas closing out this series and being able to advance to the semis?
Yep, gamblers, get your pocketbooks ready. We are going into this game, and it's going to be a banger. Place your bets. Get paid.
And while you're placing your bets, everybody who's chatting, I just want to say we all go ahead and we appreciate you guys for chatting it up, putting your insights, giving us more to also be able to chat about here on the casting desk. And while you're also down there, don't forget to use your Prime subs and guarantee your 30 days of love here with Valhalla Esports.
All right, Bulgaria is insider betting. I would like someone to look into this, please.
I voted Kraken. Oh man, that's a lot of
Bulgaria is
points.
gonna get in trouble for match fixing. It is what it is, man.
Or maybe he just wants his channel points.
Yes, sir. The Pete Rose of Valhalla. That is. Blug always wins.
Give it your all.
Throwing down the pocketbooks. Dude, he's betting it all on Hui.
He either wins in game or more points. It's like either way he wins.
Bro, he always wins.
So everybody look into the suspicious activities of Bulgaria throughout this game, just in case.
Don't worry. If you know, I got it. I got a guy.
About to have someone screaming out flag on the play.
I have a
Pause the game.
I have a PI looking into it. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Don't you worry your pretty little head. You got this.
It's all fun and games until Bulgaria forgets to take smite.
It's all fun and games until we have to wait 3 extra minutes to well, probably more than that, but yeah.
To do the
Yeah, to
whole
remake.
It would be unlucky, to say the least.
With proof of match fixing, just give the win to Kraken Slayers anyway. Just go straight to game 3.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, guys. There's the rules.
Alright, so they've chosen their champions. And now we're just about to get into the 3-minute delay. Do you
Yep,
guys...
everybody go get your wine coolers, go get your nachos.
Hell
Whatever
yeah.
you do.
Do we want to throw it to a break?
Real quick before we
I
throw
think
it
we
to
throw it to a break.
Yep.
Go ahead, Malco.
I was gonna say just real quick, real call off. Los Nomadas, they ended up picking Kraken Slayers. On the blue side, they picked top side Mordekaiser, jungle Nocturne, mid lane Hui, bot lane Jin with the support being Alistair. We have for Los Nomadas, top side is looking like the Olaf. Yep, it's Olaf, sorry. Then we have Jax jungle, mid Ari, bot lane, Caitlyn with support Thresh. As we go into this break, be prepared, get ready, because this is about to get good. Good to go.
Catch you on the other side.
I don't fucking know, dude. What do you want me to say? Your beers?
Sailing across the mighty rivers, going a road to the beat drums, heading amongst the raiding seas. On time we approach the gates of O's, ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain. For the honor have no fear. We shall ascend this night of war. Ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain. For the honor have no fear. We shall ascend this night of war. In the whispers of our feet. And our honor be foretold. Warriors of the northern land, blood is forged into our heart. Shields be shattered, arms of steel, bloody axes fly with fury. Raging thunder shake the sky. Wrath of battle stains our mind. Rage of vengeful kings of war. Feel his sons and daughters fall. Sailing across the mighty rivers, going a road to the beat of drums, heading amongst the raiding seas. On time we approach the gates of O's, ready and gather all our strength. The night has come of soaring rain. For the honor have no fear. We shall ascend this night of war. For the honor have no fear. We shall ascend this night of war. In the whispers of our feet. And our honor be foretold. Warriors of the northern land, blood is forged into our heart. Shields be shattered, arms of steel, bloody axes fly with fury. Raging thunder shake the sky. Wrath of battle stains our mind. Rage of vengeful kings of war. Feel his sons and daughters fall.
What's playing in the background is like,
All right.
oh, there we go.
Welcome
Busy
everyone.
back with the business.
Here we're talking some ideas, but
Game
the
2.
ideas,
We got Nomadas. We got Slayers of Krakens.
yes, we're gonna have to hold those back because now we got the energy back for game 2. You guys
the hype.
aren't.
The hype silence.
The hype just went silent
Yep.
because we were immediately
Driven.
getting right into the game here. I wonder if they're gonna try another 5-point again, because last time, I mean, even though necessarily it didn't technically work out for them to get like some kind of pick or anything, I think they might be able to do it here. Hold on. 5 stack at the bot side, going straight towards their Tribush. Tribush is already warded by the Jhin. Smart move by Console there to go ahead and reveal that the whole squad is already down here from the side of Los Nomadas. They're
I feel
still
like every
tracking
game they just pick a random bush to like a random side to invade on. They
You know,
are
I'm
getting
actually
that vision.
Yep, but luckily their Hailstorm now on the red side top and is able to at least give them some information up there, even though they know that all 5 members are still trailing together at this current moment. Finally starting to split off as Junie was roaming up that way. But Bulgaria's starting on his bot side. They're going to have that information for the side of Kraken Slayers as they put a ward on his blue as placed by the Alistair earlier on. Nicely done with the sweeper, able to get rid of that vision that was there, but they do know that at least Nocturne is starting on the red side. Already, we're seeing some trades here, but at least Pharaoh's able to trade a little bit better than the last game.
Yeah, I think both sides know what side the jungler's starting on. We got vision on both top side camps, so pretty sure everyone's aware of where everyone's starting or should be.
All right, so I want to take a bet real quick here. What side's gonna get first blood and in what lane?
It's probably going to be top side of the map, but as far as whom, I would say it's possible that it would be a top laner.
Okay. I'm gonna say it'll be.
Also, Pharaoh is an option.
I'm gonna give it to a. I'm honestly gonna give it to a gank. It's going to be in the mid lane, and I want to say it's gonna be Snirbopsy.
Snirbopsy's getting killed, or he's getting the kill?
He's gonna get the kill. He's gonna land in the middle, like right before a gank happens. He's gonna manage to land a charm, and it's gonna end up being the killer there. Pharaoh, very nicely done, able to dodge out on a lot of that damage, but now Snirbopsy level 3. Interesting.
Pharaoh loves Dark Harvest, man.
I get it. Man, you just love the pop, you know? Honestly, I love it too. When you just see someone go pop out of nowhere, it's cool. Especially on like Brand. Or you know, when Malzahar's E just pops it and they didn't know.
It's great. It just makes your laning less than favorable.
Ooh, nice hook there, Ray was able to land it right onto Killer. And smart not to take it instead. Oh, nicely done landing the combo there from Killer as well. W lands. Not much else, but I like to see the trades there in the bot lane. A little bit more interaction going on.
The junglers are done with their full clears. We are about to see some gameplay. Strom's got a decent-sized wave piled up, so he should be able to help Critter with this.
Ooh, jumps right on top of them. Critter,
Right
I
goes to
believe.
Bold.
Nope, Bulgaria ends up actually getting that. Snirbopsy doesn't land it as the flash is able to help Critter get away. Nicely done there, and he's able to take the Scuttlecrab for the side of Los Nomadas as well.
Yeah, Snirbopsy did use teleport and flash, so I mean that's Bulgaria is gonna get double scuttle off of that play. Critter a little bit vulnerable without his flash, but Snirbopsy not having his flash as well is nice for Pharaoh.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of a fight going on here. Hailstorm looking pretty strong. His Omega's getting pretty low. Takes the axe, still under his own turret a little bit more. Hailstorm not looking to flash and try to get that last little tick he needed. And Omega's looking to stay around.
I'm 99% sure he autoed a minion. Hailstorm. Unfortunately. Could be mistaken.
Snirbopsy is here. Going ahead, trying to help mitigate a little bit of this. That's a big shield from Mort. And I don't think the flash was necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Panic flash there?
I mean, I understand not wanting to give anything to Snirbopsy here if you don't have to, but yeah, I think if he hits Charm there, Olaf can't walk forward anyway because he's just too low.
Pulverize,
That was a
headbutt.
good-
Ray was on the
What?
wrong side. W looking like the first blood might be looking like it's going to the bot lane here. Lands on the Ray was fleeing away, and Console C gonna be able to get that first blood. Everybody's wrong here.
We did it. We ganked bot lane. We actually ganked bot lane. Let's go.
Alrighty. Kraken Slayer's already on the board, and they're looking to try to accelerate that a little bit more. We got the trades going on here in the mid lane as Nomadas taking a decent amount of damage. The Hui looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, Pharaoh
Oh.
is.
This is
never spoke too soon.
unfortunate. This is actually very interesting to see. I like the way that Kraken Slayers is playing right now. It's just constant, like, from one place to the other, and they're just trying to
Umpqua is
continuously
here.
accelerate
This is
it.
good for
Yup.
Kraken Slayers.
Yup, as they're finally getting an advantage fight in the early game. A little bit of Void Grub secured, but they're going to be able to take down 2, I believe.
Oh, they,
Nope, they took
wonder if
down.
they
Nope,
just-
Golden
yeah,
Pharaoh
I
gets
wonder
taken down by Omega, but Bulgaria gets taken down as well.
I wonder if they just didn't have cooldowns, because if they did have cooldowns, they should have just jumped on Olaf there. But yeah, I mean, possible that they just Alistar didn't have any head of his combo. I mean, I believe. See, this is where we need Riot to add like a grub tracker. I'm pretty sure that 2
Not there
grubs
at the
went
top?
to.
It went mostly to the Mordekaiser, yes.
No, I don't like. We don't. Oh, that's the grub thing. Okay.
Oh,
never
is
mind.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the grub thing. Okay. Right. Added it. All right. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, I was pretty sure that board got or they got 2 of them, or Kraken Slayers, but I wasn't used to there being an extra symbol up there.
Yeah, I saw it went Mord. It went Mord, Jack, Mord for the Void Grubs there.
Now, Kraken Slayers, they're not gonna be able to contest because Critter's not near, but
I think they're okay with this. It's only a Cloud Drake for the initial one to start off with. But you don't want to allow Los Nomadas to start accelerating themselves with getting these objectives and starting to secure more onto the map.
They did they're doing way better than they did last game. They got 2 grubs out of 3 for the first instead of 0 for 3. So they are improving. They're learning.
Definitely, it's already looking like a much better game. The Hui, wow, actually, Pharaoh doing a very decent job. I can tell Snerbopsy's trying to land these charms really quick to try to maybe get him to blow the cleanse. But
Yeah, Pharaoh's just has to make sure he's playing in the minion wave and also playing to a range that is greater than Ari. Ari just has less range than he does as long as he doesn't do things like that where he walks into a Q. If he keeps continuing to just press QE on waves and do that with his EE, then he should just be able to take favorable trades. And not have to worry about Ari like one-shotting or anything.
it's
Does
nice to
also have the cleanse in case he does get charmed.
Oh, over the wall, pulverizes the air, jumps onto the Kate with the ultimate, lands the W. Kate might not be able to get away, is able to with the caliber net. Ray was gonna have to give your life for the console C, but the Caitlyn's able to get out alive. Another gank successful down there in the bot side for Kraken Slayers.
Yep, we are ganking bot lane. This is the plan. This is what should be happening. Console also going for, I believe he's going for Cyclo Sword, the lethality item that gives you energized procs. He's going a little bit more of a, yeah, he did get a Cyclo Sword. So he's going to be really strong on that back. Okay. Arrow trading ult for ult.
Gonna be enough for Snerbopsy to get away from that gank. Critter just everywhere on this map right now. Nicely done.
Yep, Bulgaria is getting quite a bit of a farm lead, but yeah, Critter is being pretty proactive here.
Did a
Ooh,
little
is that a kill?
damage onto him, flashes
Oh,
out of the QQ, not gonna land anything else. But Ray was the cleanse being used to negate the ignite, not gonna be enough to kill Golden Pharaoh. Q, okay, I think that's all right. It's a Portal Combat.
Pharaoh used
after
cleanse
that.
there.
He did use the cleanse. The cleanse did help him there. Not in the way he was probably expecting when he locked in the cleanse summoner's choice, but it did help him. So Ropsy gonna TP back to lane.
Yeah, I don't think Alistar.
Olaf doing a bit of proxy gameplay here.
Yep, just finds Critter in his own jungle. Hailstorm also here to go ahead and be there for the support. Killer Kumquat coming up from under him. And I know Olaf has ult here. Pops the ghost to go ahead and get away. Turning around, just trying to bait them out.
Yeah, they don't want to chase here.
They gotta know he's there, right? No, the sweeper's not touching there, but they're kind of expecting it. Oh, jumps on top of Ari. Ari doesn't have any escape tools, but we do have Bulgaria in the middle of the fight. Lights go out nearsighted. Everyone's jumping right on top of the Ari. And right now, Kraken Slayer is looking so clean as they're able to take out 2 in that fight, 3 in that fight. Double kill going to the Mordekaiser, 1 kill going over to Hue, and that's 6 for 1. That's 6-1 right now in the kill streak. Almost 3K gold lead for the side of Kraken Slayers. This is looking real good for them.
Yeah, I mean, Kumquat's playing really well this game. He's being off really good roams, so he can kind of make sure that the 3v3s that were going bad that last game don't go bad this game. Console's got, you know, they are dropping some plates down bot lane. He is unfortunately having to get zoned off of some CS here, but they are getting results elsewhere for it. Ooh, if he hit that, maybe.
That could have potentially been it right there.
That could have been a very unfortunate play from Nomadas bot lane if he was able to get that, but yeah, I would still just be a little. I mean, Jhin is still up in gold, but now that the grubs are no longer an issue, I think Kraken Slayer should be pivoting their attentions towards bot lane right now.
Yep. And we do see, like, they gave a bit of attention to bot lane. Oh, man. Good. Killer is just everywhere, needed at the right time. Judy caught out in the middle of them, flashing away, trying to take it with a ward on top of it. Stops him from taking a lantern. Console C going on a killing spree.
It's all going Alistar right now. Just everything's going Alistar. He's just hitting all the buttons.
Right now, it's between, for me right now, it's between Critter and Killer for the MVP of Game 2, definitely. But, oh, man, Killer, as I said, it might have just casted cursed you, but Critter's here to go ahead and try to help you. You still had your ADC, too. Not going to be able to click the lantern once again. That's the life of Bulgaria being taken out as we jumped on top of them, being hooked in under the turret. That's another kill. Critter might trade their life, but damn, does it feel so good as Kraken Slayer is taking complete control of this game right now.
Yeah, that's definitely how you want the game 2 to go. Pharaoh, we are trading really recklessly here. All right,
the flash having to be used there.
That was really lucky on Pharaoh that he did not get killed there, but you need a recall, my friend.
Don't stay.
Yeah, I've been seeing a little bit of like I've been catching it here and there because mid lane's been kind of like not much happening this game, but there has been some eye turners from both mid laners in terms of trade patterns and everything. But yeah, I mean we're all right. Pharaoh is up a good 15 CS. So gotta give him that. Can't take that away from him.
So, you know, having a good game. I think utilizing the confidence that he has on a champion to be able to play pretty well. With that CS lead definitely showing the difference right now. But instead of CSing, it's looking like the team is starting to roam around as Bulgaria is on his blue. And
I don't love the first item rivalized this game for Hailstorm. I probably would have rather seen like a Leandries or something. Just don't think the slow, you're getting that much impact against the Olaf if he just presses R at you anyway.
And he's trying to draw him in a little bit more closer to the tower.
I feel like
Brazil.
Like obviously he doesn't like he might not have the goal to get the Leanders.
I don't think we can fight him. Never mind. Solo Dolo going off on the top side, and you see the lights go out. The Jhin opens up the curtain, trying to get another auto onto another shot onto Bulgaria to try to take them out. Bulgaria living a little longer than expected as Critter's able to take out that kill. Ray was now taking a lot of damage. Judy trying to also get away, being forced into the back as they're forced off this Drake, and Kraken Slayer is now looking to claim it as their own.
Yeah, this is Bulgaria's just really not able to really get much going this game besides him just being able to click his camps. They definitely Kraken Slayers have definitely adjusted their play style to make sure that their 4 members, including Killer, are roaming around a lot more early game to make sure that these that they're always in their favor in terms of when they're on the objectives, and they're playing really well. As Motmok would say, buttons are being pressed.
Buttons are most definitely being pressed, but I do, again, like you pointed out, I do like seeing the change in their game, which leads to which is leading to a much more successful game, at least from the jungle down. I do see right now that it does look like that the tower was taken for the top side here by the Olaf, so at least they got a little bit more gold propelled for themselves in that sense. But we do see a 3k gold lead right now for the side of Kraken Slayers, and we're looking at the 1v1 in the top side as
Nocturne does have ulti.
never mind, now it's a 2v1 and now it's a 4v1. Olaf not going to be able to take that kill as Killer Kumquat, the support, getting a kill for themselves and is able to take out Olaf. Wow, that's very, very unfortunate, and that top lane kill is going to transition straight to the Rift Herald.
They will get a bot lane tower for their trouble, so, I mean, Los Nomadas are still trading back objectives. They're not completely just, running at them and losing everything. They are trading objectives. They do have the tower advantage right now. No towers yet for the Kraken Slayers.
And right now,
Pharaoh.
only if that. Yep, that's some big. Cleanse used, pulverize in, TP coming down. It's unfortunate, but Ray is going to be taken out by Golden Pharaoh there. And the TP being used got them all to back off. Charm finally lands, but Golden Pharaoh not going to be taken down there. The enemy team, the blue team ends up summoning the Rift Herald as it's looking the barrel right turret. Void Grub chomping down onto that mid lane turret. Now they're gaining full control of this map, making it even hard for them to be able to do the team fighting, which is the grouping together, which is Los Nomadas' main strategy. They're literally turning it on themselves, and Kraken Slayers has took one from their book, and they're making it even better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure besides for top lane, I think bot lane is... Our ADCs are kind of close in gold. Jin's gonna have a little bit more, but it is a big spread out gold lead. Only 3k, but everyone on Kraken Slayers minus maybe the top laner is. Even Hailstrom's got some gold lead there. Yeah, pretty much everyone's got the gold lead. Got a huge whopping 1k gold lead in the support position. That feels nice. I don't know how well it's going to translate to fights or the outcomes of those fights, but it's a number.
I'm very surprised to see that console sees only 600 gold up on the Caitlyn.
Caitlyn got plates and a tower. So she did get like trade backs for Killer roaming.
And he was decent on the farming too, so that definitely does help her. She's died once, but we haven't really gotten to see her really do too much. I feel like they just need something to help deal with this Nocturne.
Yeah, I mean, with Nocturne up in gold like this and getting his items quicker, he is kind of in the... It is like up to Nocturne to mess up. It is...
There it is. Something right on top. Unfortunately, missing that there. Flash in. Console C getting the last shot there, going on a rampage.
See, if Critter trusted his AD carry, he wouldn't have flashed there. It's just insider info.
Well, sometimes you got to try to make sure you get that kill secured, and that's about to be another one secured as Ray goes down to Critter getting that kill this time.
I don't blame him for flashing. I'm just saying that it's something I noticed. I probably would have flashed too. I want to kill the ADC too. That's everybody's goal in League of Legends is to kill the ADC. It's like the best thing you can do in League.
Make an ADC feel like an ADC. That's all you got to do.
Heck yeah. We do have Collector on console finished. Big power spike. Eclipse also finished for Critter. So we are getting some big damages out of those two.
And I'm guessing, I think by the way it looks from the emblem, yes, he did build what I was thinking he built. So the moment he pops that ulti, oh man, that's... a 30, I think what is it, 35% attack speed, mid speed. Oh, but Bobsy gonna have to try to flee away with the ult, but getting caught up with so much CC, but Killer caught in the middle of everything, pops the ult to try to live, but not gonna be enough, but Jin able to take that kill in the backside.
Oh, there's a pulse. Pharaoh has left the lobby.
He also died up there to Olaf.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get that, but I guess I think they said disconnect.
Yeah, Pharaoh DC'd, I think, and got killed by Olaf.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say that the Thresh did get the shutdown on the Alistar, so that's he had to claim some of his gold lead back, but not ideal for Los Nomadas entirely, but Ray was at least isn't down probably 1k gold anymore. Okay, logging back on.
But that gold lead sitting at about 5k is not looking good for Los Nomadas right now.
But I mean, hey, at least Olaf got a kill. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you know, try to, you know, maybe they just need Olaf to get a little bit more ahead, and when he can just start running straight at the enemy team.
I do think it's hard for Olaf to play into this game because of the carry champions on Kraken Slayers are Hui and Jin, who are long range. So it is kind of hard for Olaf just to run at people when everyone is 10 screens away from him.
Especially when you have the enemy jungler able to just run in at anybody on your team once he presses R.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, Olaf is definitely good in the matchup, like in the closed matchup between Mordekaiser and him, but I think if Mordekaiser takes somebody else into the Death Realm and then Jin and Hui are able to just free fire without Olaf being able to flank, then it's hard for Olaf to actually like run in without dying. Yeah, Olaf's kind of just like weird because I just feel like, yeah, like you said, there are better items for him, definitely. Yeah, current stride. I don't like current Hydra. I don't like Hydra at all on Olaf. I think if you're going to go a build on Olaf, you should go for like the. I feel like almost Hexplate is decent for him. Getting the movement speed and the attack speed from the and the lower ult cooldown, I feel like would feel great. But yeah, current Hydra and Stride I think are probably pretty bad. Which I assume is what he's building.
But yeah,
yeah. Yeah, and he doesn't have like he doesn't have like, he can still build Jock Show, but the Jock Show like isn't like a mythic anymore, so it's not like his
main core.
I feel like building it early is not going to be as good. Better on him now. Yeah, but that old Jock Show res or stacked res too. It was just a mythic, and it gave him more stats, and it also gave the heal after a certain amount of time. Okay. I mean, I believe it.
There's the reconnect.
All right, we are back.
So we are, and definitely right now it's looking like they're trying to force this game 3 to happen, and I think it's looking pretty likely as we just see jump right into a fight. Oh, we have to jump back into that previous fight.
You jump back.
There we go. So shutdown goes to Thresh. We do see Bobsy unfortunately lose his life there. And they're going to definitely try to contest this straight. Mordekaiser comes from the back, lights out, jumps right on top of Bulgaria, and he's going to lose his life. Critter taking him out immediately. Ray was trying to keep everybody off of his ADC as Junie tries to get away. First shot, lands the mace. Third shot, fourth shot, boom, big damage, and it's going to just chase Junie down as Critter's able to take that kill, and that's going to be the next Drake going over to the side of Kraken Slayer.
Yeah, that Jax got exploded.
Man, that was unfortunate. Junie was very close to getting away there, but unfortunately she didn't make it out with the with just
Does not appear so. Appears she did not.
unfortunate. I thought that 4 shot was not gonna hit there, but you know that little last tip of the hitbox just happened to hit. And that was actually a lot of damage coming out from the Jin too. I was very surprised. 5-0 and 6. We're now seeing the perfect game on the opposite Jin.
Jin's just OP. Nothing you can do to kill him.
Ah, man,
Abuse your elo while you can.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that sucks. It's not with an enemy play, because if it was, they could have gotten a mini game.
Yeah. Could have got Jin 4 lethality.
Right now,
So-
I don't see the easiest avenue for, I mean, maybe a Baron fight, but I don't see a really easy avenue for them to be able to win this game from the side of Los
They're
Nomadas.
honestly not. I mean, they're down 6k gold, and the game's hard for them. But I mean, I've seen Los Nomadas get off good fights before. I'm like, not saying they're favored to win by any means, but I think they can. I can see them make something happen. I think their comp right now is just a little bit harder to operate than it was last time for them. I think not having the Lysandra point and click CC and the Singe just kind of running around through their team is it's a little harder for them to play. Also, Junie not being on the Jin.
Yeah, they had the same idea, but unfortunately the comp is not working out exactly the same as they wanted it to. All of a sudden that 1v1 turned into a 4v1. Critter going on a killing spree to be able to take out the Olaf in that top side, and I think they're going to translate that straight to a Baron. Oh no,
They should be able. I mean, they're trying to look for Bulg right now, but
he's a little ballsy haunted. Oh
Really?
man, got an open snare and landed. Counter strike not
well,
to
they
be
did.
enough. Console C taking him out on a domination.
Yeah.
trail. Yeah,
the
just-
idea there from Bulg, I believe, was just to try to get that tower while they do Baron, but he did not think that they were just gonna run mid lane for him.
they're really playing the Los Nomadas strategy from game 1 at this point. It's we're just gonna keep traveling together, and now they're playing how Kraken Slayers played the first game, where it's like, oh, we can try to catch people alone, but then all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 people just on top of you. Kraken Slayers taking that strategy from the previous game just made it work for them, and now they're trying to make it a win. 8k up, Baron on them. This is looking really slow right now for the
There
side.
it was. He's been spotted.
Oh man, he runs to really try to take that, and unfortunately you get caught straight into the arms of the Lord.
Critter just wanted to turn the lights off for fun, dude.
He's like, you know what?
That wasn't even nice, man.
Do we know what the ult cooldown is right now for him? Because
I mean, not specifically, but like just based off of oh yeah, we do 63 seconds.
oh my god,
I was gonna say around 60 to 70 seconds.
every minute darkness. So I gotta see a dark screen and then a gray screen right after. I don't even want to play League anymore.
That's why you're
That could
watching.
be every minute.
You're not playing. You're watching.
Yep, this is why we're casting, guys.
Bringing the
Olaf.
terrors to you.
I get to drink the tears of the players instead of having to drink my own tears.
And also, he's got an Axiom mark now, which, in my opinion, is a little memey, but it's, you know, I mean, if you want to flex on him like that, then
It's like, I just want to do that much more. I want my ult up that much more.
yeah.
I want to hurt you.
I mean, it's not like the trollest item he could build. It's just like he could just build to not die, and he's gonna do enough damage anyway.
no picks. Instead, they pick on you. And that's going to
Yeah.
be Ray was getting taken out. Omega trying to find somebody here. But he doesn't understand. There's literally 4 members, now 5 around you. You might need that ult to try to get away. Cleanses it off and is now running for his life. as they're trying to posture around this next Drake as it's tearing up in 5 seconds. Nabopsy doesn't land the charm, but gets a decent amount of damage down onto the enemy team. But that's not going to be enough, as it still allows for the support to get away alive. And this is going to be the third Drake going over to the side of Kraken Slayers. The complete and absolute coin flip that is going. Oh man, once again, that was ballsy to just jump in like that. But near death is looking like the carries, as we see Ray was, Bobsy, and Judy all taken down low as Killing Kamquat goes immediately down as he was too far deep. These are some of the kills that were absolutely needed for their side, as that's 3 going over. 1,000 gold shutdown for the Olaf. Caught out Critter. That's 4. Another 1,000 gold going immediately over to the Olaf. That's so much gained and so much loss on the side of Kraken Slayers, with gaining so much for Los Nomadas, and they're just going to be taking this down with the respawn timers being so long. They might even be able to secure an inhib here as long as they keep pushing.
Yeah, that was definitely not what you wanted to do with your increased ult time, is to do that. That was, I think, like, that's the kind of play that, like, you're like, there's no way that we could lose from this position. Which, again, they're still, I mean, the gold lead is closer, but it's still pretty high for them. But it's, I mean, okay, the flash ults, all right, he wants that Thresh dead. The Thresh is dead. Olaf is going to...
Olaf takes the kill and is able to kill out the Thresh there. And they're going to still chase him down, but I think Olaf can get away. Nope, Headbolt Pulverize, doesn't have the ult to negate the CC. Going to get stunned up, pulled in. Hailstrom going to be able to do it, but the lights get turned out. Nearsighted, Olaf going to have to try to fight Hailstrom, taking that kill. He shuts down the Olaf right back. Alright, so I was waiting to see if maybe another fight will end up starting, but the ult is almost back up once again. It's about halfway up there for the Nocturne, so he's just basically waiting to just press that R off cooldown. This champion is definitely
right now we're just waiting on objectives to spawn, but yeah, I mean that whole sequence was very good for Los Nomadas. They came back from pretty much like probably a less than 1% chance to win to probably a clean 10%. But I mean, if it really is on Kraken Slayers to lose the game at this point. I don't think that Los Nomadas comp can ever get to a point where they're just going to straight out, outbeat them, unless they put themselves in a really bad situation.
Right, and it's not a comp that really plays well from behind either, from the way it looks at this current moment.
Yeah, they're just kind of it's Hui and Jin are just gonna do too much damage before they're able to get close to them. Is the problem? And with Nocturne being able to turn the lights off and just run or just fly at Junie, splitting the fight up. If Los Nomadas ever do decide to try to get onto console or Pharaoh, then that's going to be hard for them to turn that as well. So I think it is, from this position, I think it is hard for Los Nomadas to win. But if Critter wants to ult on the tower again, I think it's possible.
Alright, so this is the first time I'm seeing the hands on Baron, and I just want to say this, these guys have been watching way too much JJK. The obsession with putting hands on everything. But anyway, that's just my anime spiel for the moment. But I think they're trying to set something up. I mean, they can. All right, so this can at least be something here. It's gonna be really hard for Killer to get away from this. That's gonna have to unfortunately be your life there. The curtain opens, and not gonna really amount to much, unfortunately, console, as they can just negate all that damage. No one was really low health. That's your support now down.
It's up at the top of mines. There you go. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I want to tell him. Lights are off. No triggers are being pressed yet.
Oh, but we do see the lights go off. They were able to mitigate that. Bulgaria, though, going to lose his life. His console gets the 4th shot and takes him out. And I think this... Nope, 10 seconds left, but I think that's going to translate to a soul there for the side of Kraken Slayers.
Okay, so
TP
Hailstorm did just TP to stop that. It is a 3v3 now.
But I don't
Good
know
hook.
how that could be. Gonna be able to get a lot onto Critter. Only ends up taking out 1 as 2 gets taken out. And then we do see the Olaf loses life in the mid side as Console chases down the Caitlyn. An ace against an ace for Kraken Slayers. And they're gonna end up taking the Drake. That's gonna be the soul as well. And I think they're gonna just try to start the Baron and then go right up to it.
I mean, yeah, they can do that. I mean, Bulgaria's up in 5. He can try to go for like a miracle steal if it takes him too long. I don't know if they actually
shred the Baron.
They should be able to.
Bold has to know that they're on it, right?
I mean, I'm assuming he's going to try to go for it. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't. I think he just dies if he goes to the Baron pit. But I mean, there's like a 1 in a million chance that he can just jump in. No, I think they're just burning it. Yes, sir. That is the soul and the Baron.
Dang, double buffed. It's not looking good now. Only 8K gold up though. Now I try my best not to look at the gold leads too much, but now just looking up, I'm actually surprised. I felt like they were up a little bit more than that.
They did get they were, and then they got a couple 1K gold shutdowns from that mid lane play. So they were definitely up more at one point, but
that's very true.
They are up far enough where I don't think it really, like, I don't think another 1,000 or so is really gonna make that big of a difference. The only players that are close are the top laners. So I think everyone else is pretty far away from each other in terms of items.
Alright, so yeah, at this point, I'm actually surprised that this game hasn't really pushed any more forward, but it looks like now they're going to.
Oh, he's taking it personal.
Flashes it out from under the turret, but they're still going to take out 1. Wooden Ray was getting killed by Hailstorm, going on the killing spree. Ari trying to do a little bit more, but not going to be able to do enough. Gets taken to Brazil as the curtains open onto the rest of the team, trying to avoid Hailstorm as much as possible. Constantly going on a rampage as he's able to take him out, but Hailstorm the Olaf ends up taking out Golden Arrow in a solo fight up on the top side, but the rest of the base is being barreled down into the middle. Olaf, as you sit there and watch, your Nexus is going to be taken away, and we're going to see this next game go into Game 3 as Kraken Slayer is able to keep their record alive with Game 2s.
So now I am going to call Bulgaria an insecure trading. Oh, goodness. All right, well, we're keeping it exciting.
You know?
Ink Twink for the win. Yep. Ink Twink just got ran down by Broloff while his base got destroyed. All right, so we learned that if we play towards bot, or if we get some kills in bot lane early, the game can be easier.
The videos that I've watched about the new patch has been primarily a lot of them talking about it's a lot of more bot centric play. So yeah, and this game definitely proved it. If bot lane's left to an island, it's gonna come down to who's the more comfortable bot laners and then who's able to play better in the team fights. But when you don't allow bot lane to be on an island itself, it kind of like almost swapped, because top lane used to almost play in that sense, where you could leave the 2 top laners on an island, and generally who's ever the better top laner can win you the game. It swapped over to bot side, and this time though we didn't get to see bot lane just get to farm it out and see who was the better bot laners. It was just, hey, Critter going down bot, we're gonna try to make ganks work, and those first 2 ganks definitely allowed the tempo of the game to go in Kraken Slayer's side, and it led to them getting the victory and leading us down to Silver Scripts Game 3.
Yep. So Los Nomadas have opted for blue side, so if they would like the Jhin, they can have it. It's up in the air for them. I'm assuming that that's what they would want to try to take with that blue side pick.
I'm calling the first 3 bans from Los Nomadas will probably end up being Nocturne, Swain, and maybe Camille.
It's possible. I think they don't want to give. They could also try. They could also first pick Swain if they wanted to. I know that that's like Snurbopsies likes Swain. So if they have blue side, they could be wanting to do that, but they didn't do that the first game. So again, it might just be they're going to want to try to get the Jin back, which then leaves the question: does Los Nomadas allow, or I mean, does Kraken Slayers allow them to pick Jin? Yeah, I don't know if it's. I agree that Camille probably isn't the best right now, but I don't know if that's just they're respecting Hailstrom or if they're. Yeah, I'm not sure because if they pull like they might be worried about like a Camille Galio thing or they might be worried about a Camille Nocturne. I'm not exactly. Just besides the fact that Hailstrom plays it.
Or like even like Camille Jarvan or something like that, right? Like it's if Jarvan is still strong, I'm not entirely sure, but there's
Jarvan is less strong. He's not weak, but he is definitely he's a side effect of like gank lanes are harder to gank, so Jarvan therefore is like not as good, just because he cannot gank as easily. Um, doesn't he's not the like fastest farmer in the game.
All right, you guys getting some new jungle tips up in here. It's a play fast farming junglers at this point.
These are just my first impressions. I am by no means a encyclopedia on what this meta is going to turn into or what it is, but that's just my thoughts. That's my first impressions based off
Well,
of relevant info.
well, congratulations to Golden Pharaoh all getting that big mix up of the goal of the points from the Kraken Slayers win. Still we're gonna have to investigate. Honestly,
Yeah,
if the rest of the team didn't end up also like not performing to like compared to like game 1 versus game 2, then I would have been like, okay, we might have to look into that. But no, it was a collective team effort. We have to give props to Critter being on the map and then Killer as well. In like the first 15 minutes of the game, that Alistair was everywhere, looking like Core JJ out there for a moment.
Oh yeah, definitely. Killer definitely led to a lot of the early game success of Kraken Slayers in that game for sure. He definitely was swinging those numbers for them.
Zenith, I like that a lot of people I think would be in agreement that Nocturne needs to be an immediate ban if you're not gonna pick it for yourself. And I can see maybe Los Nomadas not wanting to give up the Jin again. So yeah, Hailstorm Mord over Olaf.
Yeah, dude. I mean, results always are king. You can't argue with results.
All right,
You
stats
played
only
Mord.
mean so much.
He picked Olaf. You won. He lost. Olaf's just bad into Mordekaiser.
We learned that a lot of people in chat lied today.
Can't lie with results, Malco. Cannot lie with results.
Exactly. Cow over whole team. Hailstrom and see me. I took that
It was
I'm
fun to
just
see some cow gaming.
I just think of the Michael Jordan meme, and I took that personally.
Exactly.
Hailstrom took it personally. I'm glad that everybody's feeling themselves after that. Give it props to Kraken Slayers. You guys are really, really good about bouncing back from a game 1 loss and just resetting mental. That's definitely a real talent of your team, and for most teams, they don't usually have that. So you guys definitely have an edge. That's definitely something that's definitely something to say. That game 2, that little just game 2 edge. That's all you guys ever need. So I think if you guys can keep up that high that you currently have at the moment, game 3 is looking good. But let's see if Los Nomadas is able to bounce back quickly and get themselves readjusted. I believe that with all that said, we're getting right into the picks and bans, and we're already bans. Los Nomadas on blue side, Kraken Slayers on red, and we do see the Swain being the very first ban of the of this phase, and Kraken Slayers banning out the Lux for their round 1 of the first ban.
Yep. So it seems like Los Nomadas are probably going to go for the Jin. So it's up to Kraken Slayers if they want to ban that, or if they if Los Nomadas leave up the Nocturne, they might just run the Nocturne into it and say like, oh, I'm just gonna fly at the immobile 80 carry, which they did not have access to in game 1. Nope, because the Nocturne is leaving, so we are getting rid of the Jin.
Get him out of here! And with the other 2 bans, we do see Singe and Jin actually being banned up. Kraken Slayer saying, if we can't have it, neither can you.
We
Now they're
left
gonna
up the
force both
Amumu,
ADs.
so we got the green jungle back.
Oh boy, we got a green
Technically can
jungler.
be a support flex. I'm most likely going to be Bulg playing it. We're all right. So the Morgana is left up. They did. Los Nomadas has banned that the last 2 games, so we'll see if Morgana is the option here.
Oh, is it gonna be the Maokai? Morgana? Maokai?
Nope, we're going back to
Alistair.
Alistar.
He said, give me back my MVP champ.
Give me back the cow.
I'm sad, not a single cowbell. Was he using that skin last game?
I believe he was. Yeah.
Mukau, not a single cowbell was played. Come on, man.
Hey man, he's being respectful. He's not trying to be him.
All right, but if you win the game now, you have to do it. Only if you win. And
The
the
Trundle.
Trundle being picked up in round 1, in the pick 1 phase. I'm actually very surprised because that was actually banned in the last 2 games, I believe.
It was banned. Yeah, second rotation. It was banned. I think game 1. I don't know about game 2, but I know it was banned in second rotation, game 2, or game 1. I don't even remember. It could be a flex. They could put it jungle or pivot it jungle if they want. Trundle is pretty good with rushing like Titanic right now, I believe. He can keep his jungle clear up, and he's just a good duelist. He's good at fighting around the early grubs and whatnot. We got the Syndra for Snurbops. Or actually, no, that's for Junie. Junie's gonna most likely be on that Syndra bot lane.
ADC, ooh, APC Syndra, I'm all for it. And I do like
This
the fact that
this
they have this for
means
flex.
this means we're probably gonna see a Pantheon or maybe a Tryndamere out of Snurbopsy.
The
Kindred. So
Kindred.
we are running a Mumu support, and we are running Kindred jungle. If I were Kraken Slayers, I would probably get rid of Pantheon and Tryndamere, just get rid of some of Snurbopsy's AD options mid lane. Technically, they do have the AD with Kindred, but incoming Kindred AD, would be surprised, but
Kindred mid.
Dude, I used to love to play Kindred mid, man.
I
I
remember
used to
when that was a
love
thing for a
that.
while.
I used to love that stuff. I used to love Kindred mid.
I used to love Kindred in general.
Hey, she appeared in the cinematic. It was pretty cool.
That was actually pretty cool, I will admit. And I like the fact that they're getting rid of the Samira here, not allowing for any like big burst team fight, especially when you have someone like the Alistair who can help initiate her very easily. Kale also being banned from Los Nomadas, and we're waiting for the final ban here.
I don't love that we're banning. Like, I guess we can ban the Kale and the Olaf, but it's like I don't. If you're playing Trundle top lane, Olaf blind picking into Trundle, like, it does pretty bad. And then if you're playing Kale, it's like I don't know why you would blind pick Kale, because you could just counter pick a good top laner into it. I think they should have just went to ban both of Bopsy's 80 like most played ADs, but we're getting the also the Belveth ban. I think they just were kind of blanking on a jungle option here. Should just pick ADC here and then leave the Trundle as a flex pick. Nope, we are going to just pick the Mordekaiser.
What the hell is going on? Okay, so Trundle jungle, Mordekaiser
Trundle, yeah,
top.
it's Trundle jungle and it's more top. I don't know why we wouldn't just hide our last pick for our flex pick champion, but that's okay.
I was gonna say like counterpick top would have definitely been very good here.
Yeah, we probably should have just picked ADC here, but maybe they're cooking. I'm not sure. Okay, so we got Galio, so it's gonna be Galio mid lane, most likely. Unless I'm just like completely
I'm gonna
lost here.
say it's
Kindred jungle, Syndra AD, Galio mid, Amumu support, and then Jack's top.
Jack jungle
That should be the layout.
or Jack's, yeah, Jack's top.
Based on the players that are in this game, that should be the layout.
And then Los Nomadas getting their final pick here, or Kraken Slayers getting their final pick here. Let's see what they end up selecting. The fact that they saved, I'm surprised they saved the AD pick for last, but maybe just a blank on the pick.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they were trying to see like what other champions they picked just to get a more. Okay, they went for Vars.
There's the Varus. Alrighty, so
not a bad pick there, but
no, not at all. I just haven't seen Varus in quite some time, but might be interesting to see how he adjusts with these new items. I definitely see that a lot of champions have come into favor. So very quickly before we transition, this is going to be the call off. Los Nomadas, they end up selecting. In the top side is going to be Jax. In the jungle, it's Kindred. Mid lane, Galio. APC Syndra with the support of Mumu. And on the side of Kraken Slayers, they selected top lane Mordekaiser, jungle Trundle, mid lane Hui, bot lane Varus with the support Alistair.
yep. So this game is going to be very important for. I feel like it's going to be very dependent on the early game and how the early game plays out. Kindred is because the map is a bit wider. I feel like, at least from my experience, that it just very much depends if your mid laner has prio or not. Because if your mid lane has prio, then you're pretty much able to just go around and get your marks and stuff. But if not, it can be trouble with all of the new objectives that spawn in the early game for Kindred to actually prioritize marks. Is the one thing I've noticed. I don't think Kindred by any means is a bad champion right now or anything. I'm just saying that it's there's a little bit more going on in the early game. Before, Kindred's only real goal was to farm camps and try to get marks wherever she could. Now it's like, okay, we have to deal with grubs, we have to deal with other things that are happening.
So the concern here is being made to split up your decision again, and that's something that we have seen, like that can literally dismantle teams, is utterly obliterating their macro play. And when we saw that we didn't see the same macro play from Los Nomadas in game 2 that we saw from game 1, and instead the coin was flipped and Kraken Slayers took their team strategy and put it on their head and was able to make it work to a game 2 win. So right now with this game 3 getting about to get into way, I think we might just end up seeing. I think it might end up being a Los Nomadas win just based upon the way the comp looks like it's going to work. But we definitely seen Kraken Slayers pull off some. They pulled off an amazing game last game, and they're still riding that wave of the the hype for themselves.
Let's put
And
points where your mouth is.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
I mean, it definitely depends on, like, obviously who is going to be able to get ahead in the early game. I think the goal should still be gank bot lane. I think you have a Mumu Syndra bot lane with like Trundle Pillar Alistar. I think it's going to be pretty easy if Kraken Slayers can manage their waves bot lane. It'll be very hard for Amumu and Syndra together to like break freezes without being scared of Trundle running up and just pillaring behind them. So I think bot lane definitely again should be the focus here. I think once Galio gets his, I'm assuming Serbovsky is going to go for the Kendrick Rookern rush and make it so that he can kind of just face tank Hui's damage and just clear waves and then be around on the map. But we'll have to see on that. So it'll probably be up to like Varus and Trundle to be able to whittle him down, as he's going to get a lot of magic resistance early game. If that is what indeed he decides to do. He could just pull a Pharaoh and just go like the full burst Galio build. I'm not sure. And usually Snowpops usually leans more on the tanky side of his builds, but we shall see.
We shall wait and see. I think I'm gonna put points towards. Wow, why so many points to? Jeez, guys.
They got the cow, dude. They got the cow.
Now I have to see a cowbell. Now we have to see a cowbell.
They got the cow.
My genius will be understood eventually.
Seeing a quick replay of picks and bans. So hope you guys are all enjoying that. Once again, remember guys to don't forget to continue to interact with us here in the chat as we keep periodically checking in from the caster desk, as well as don't forget to use your Prime subs or even just your regular subs and guarantee yourself 30 days of love here from Valhalla Esports. And even if you don't have a Prime for yourself or have a gift or sub for yourself, why not gift it to somebody else and spread the love around.
True. Big true.
I mean, I know a lot of us are broke, but we can all come together. We can help
we
each
can all
other.
be broke. We can all be broke together.
Literally, that's how it works, guys.
And I think there was a question earlier about if the Trundle was banned in Game 1. It was not. It was only in Game 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I know it was. I remember seeing it as the second ban in one of the games.
Predictions, like every single prediction going straight over to Kraken Slayer's side. No, we got no Los Nomadas believers.
So I mean, 13k of that is from Golden Pharaoh.
I see you lack
Shoved
judgment.
him right back in, doubling down.
Dude, he's on the train.
So it's 4 votes to none, right?
We will be
But yeah,
waiting.
Pharaoh is feeling it.
So if like say if one person bets like 1 point on the side of Los
That is
Nomadas and
correct.
they win, like
So it's worth the risk. Get just some channel points. You might as well ante him up. Smart bet right there. Yep. Nice job, Deity.
Yep.
Getting in there. Okay, Deity
Getting
throwing it down, going, I also have a fat wallet.
Hey man,
said,
I'm trying to make the bets a little more interesting here.
he said, I'm slapping the wallet on the desk. This reminds me of the scene from what is it called, American Psycho, where they were all showing off the different business cards. Is everybody just putting up a bigger bet because it's just like I got the better business card. No, I got the better one.
Hey, I can't refuse a good betting ratio.
You know what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just good odds. Like why wouldn't I
I'm not
just
afraid.
slap my
I'm not afraid.
freaking wallet on Los Nomadas right now?
Yeah, that's how I built my empire.
Hell yeah.
That's how I got to my 60k channel points.
I'm actually very excited for this game. The series has been kind of both games were kind of one-sided, but it is cool that both teams are slugging. They came to play.
Even if I lose my channel points here, I'm gonna be happy to cast this. This whole series. You're right. It's been a banger one.
Where'd your channel points go?
To Kraken Slayers.
To Kraken Slayers.
All 5k
the madman
I have left.
He's betting on he's the 7th to 2nd seed upset. What a mad lad.
After NRG did what they did, I can't.
They've shown they can do it. They've shown they can play.
It's crazy because you were the one that literally said it too. I remember talking about that. I'm like, there's no way, and it's like they could do it, and I was a true non-believer.
Yeah, but seed 1 for NA, which means they were like seed 16. Like in all actuality. They were seed whatever. How many
like
representatives were? It was like it's 4 Chinese, 4 Korean, and what 4 EU. So they were seed 13. They were seed 13 at Worlds that year, and they made it all the way to top 8. Bless their hearts.
At least they made it there.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's like holy crap. It's like winning. It's like that is all that matters to like that is just like they could have like that reaction. Like if SKT loses in finals, their fans just endlessly like torment them and like go off on how bad they are. But like NA's first seed gets to top 8 and then like gets 3 out in quarters and everyone's like, holy crap, these guys are insane.
They actually managed to do it.
Yeah. It's like it's like the meme of like the third place guy who's like spraying the champagne like all over the place, and like like everyone else is just like the top other 2 podiums are just looking at him like what?
That's just literally what. That's literally just how NA is with
Yeah,
celebrating.
yeah, we suck. So it's great when we like suck a little bit less than other teams who are supposed to be better than us. That is the copium.
Like we still haven't had as good of a performance as that one.
We're still
Cloud9.
talking about I was just gonna say we still talk about 2018 Cloud9 and even though we got 0-3'd in semis, we still bring that up like that was our crowning achievement as a region in the last like 12 years.
It's like we can
was
make it.
we went to semis and worlds and got absolutely crushed. But we made it there. We beat a Korean team in best of 5. Let's go.
Hey, listen, most like unless you're from the LPL, you usually can't really say that too much. So it's always an accomplishment when you can take down one of the Korean teams. Oh, we did make it to MSI finals. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Who cares about MSI?
Let's just MSI finals went the same as semifinals at Worlds. Just got 3-0'd by an EU team. Unlucky.
The one that we should have been likely to beat, and it's just like, yeah, no.
Oh no, we weren't likely. TL was not likely to beat.
Oh no, but I mean
G2.
like the most likely chance to beat is we probably would have to go up against an EU team in World Finals to actually like win Worlds.
Probably.
And even then.
Probably.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Critter getting some vision down immediately, seeing Snurbopsy there.
We're not doing the 5-man Los Nomadas invade this time. Crazy. They're playing this one serious.
Nope, no, this is already making me scared of my channel points.
I tried to pick. Yeah, you do have a problem.
Minions have spawned.
Oh man, dude, that's how you know you play way too much League. It might be time to maybe in the most healthiest way possible uninstall. Might be time to
It sounded pretty toxic to me. I don't know.
I mean,
Jeez.
the cowbell. Let's go. I mean that.
Dinner for you.
I mean it in the most healthiest way possible. We're clicking because sometimes I do that too when we're doing the like I try to hover over things in the Discord call when we're like watching the stream, and I'm just like, oh wait, I can't actually see what the person has for items right now, or
With
switch the
the
gold
Q
up.
pops.
Oh man, that's even worse. Or like when we're watching like the stream, like we're looking at everyone's skins. I'm trying to click around to see like everyone's masteries and stuff. Oh wow, this is a pretty interesting 1v1 going on the top side. Hailstrom feeling confident, not gonna be level 2, so he doesn't really have much else to be able to pull him in there. Hits level 2 off of one more minion,
Good
I
trade
think.
for Hellstrom if he continues to doesn't take the another bad E trade from Jax.
Yeah, but now Jack's actually hitting level 2 first, so that ends up being a little bit better. Not able to pull him in there. Now 2 might be a little bit more difficult for him. So we're gonna just probably go back to.
Yeah, Jax is kind of in a rough spot right now. He's gonna back in TP. Hellstrom does have the freeze on him. So, actually, he's not gonna TP. He's just gonna straight up. Oh, is he? Is he just gonna wait till his health bar? Oh, he's just opting not to teleport. All right, that's
Alright, save that. Maybe he doesn't feel that it's necessary at this moment in time, but that's alright. I do like seeing Pharaoh on this way. It's definitely a very interesting pick. I think because not enough people really know how to play against it completely just yet. He's definitely taking full advantage of the lack of knowledge on the champion. But we do see a little bit of a trade from Snabopsy here, so he's not showing any fear to it. And that was a really nice scatter of the week landed down there from the Syndra.
Yeah, Jax is gonna be kind of down bad on this push. He did get a ward down to spot the Trundle coming up, but
that might not be enough. If you get, yep, there it is. The pillar forcing the flash, gonna be able to get away, but if he makes a wraparound gank, that might be the first blood going to the top side. But we almost see a 1v1, and it ends up being the first blood going to Pharaoh in the mid lane almost. Alrighty, so we're getting a little bit of rotation up.
They are poaching the mark, but Bulgaria is going to probably smite. Oh, he missed the smite. That is really
and
tragic.
The first blood goes to the Varus there. Console C, very nicely done. Able to take out the Kindred, and now they're chasing down more. Killer Conquest trying to use that MVP performance on the Alistair to chase someone down. Poor 5 gets the stun right on the Ray was, but gonna be able to back off. Nicely done there to secure the first blood for the ADC especially. Very well done getting the gold onto the person that needs it more than likely, and that's just going to accelerate this bot lane a tiny bit more.
As a former Kindred main, I will say that was probably one of the saddest interactions that you could ever experience on that champion is running in and missing.
Hailstrom caught out, flash away, pulverized right into the middle, and Omega the Reaper taking a kill. Not going to be able to get anything from the Kindred, but at least you were still able to get a kill on there, getting yourself ahead. Jax, one for himself. Cleanse used by Console. Ray was still on top of them. Damage tick, flash used, not gonna be able to get the kill. But Critter's here, trying to jump on top of Junie. Not gonna jump on top of Junie. Target swap, pulverized away, headbutted away. Ray was gonna be taken down, and that's another kill going over to Console C.
Yep, getting those kills on to Console is very big. Was a good attempt from Ray to try to turn it on him, but
unfortunately it didn't end up working for him, and it just
didn't.
Like, I mean, at least they, they're getting kills elsewhere. They got kills elsewhere, which Jax getting some kills is definitely well worth it. But you don't want to see a 2-0 Varus right now, especially when it comes to farming-wise. I feel like laning-wise, Junie and Console are pretty even. So you don't want to see two generally fairly even ADCs going up against each other. You don't want to see one with a decent advantage.
Yeah, Hailstrom did actually steal a grub away from Bulgaria and force him off the remaining 2. So it's pretty big there. Unfortunately, he is now in a bad spot as his lane is frozen on him. But at least he has teleport.
Pharaoh taunted, getting not gonna really do much else, but I think Pharaoh might have enough to be able to secure this. Oh no, if he got the draw in there, that might have been it. Flashes away from the just barely missed Justice Punch. Gonna be both of these champions now without flash, without teleport, and they're just looking to see who could possibly get the kill first.
Yeah, Pharaoh just needs to learn how to layer his ultimate with his ECC instead of just trying to free fire it.
Killer
headbutted himself into danger.
Yeah, not in a good spot. Don't forget, there's 2 charges on a Moonwing Q. Way gets the kill, and that's a solo for the Fway there. And Killer Conquest gonna be able to barely get away as Console was able to slow them down, and that's gonna be an overall net positive for the side of Kraken Slayers. They're just trying to push down more.
I know they're just trying to get Hailstrom off of this freeze so they can be grubs. Pharaoh staying way too long.
You have no flash, and the Kindred's not afraid to jump in. That last little bite from Wolf is going to take you out. Bulgaria gets that kill on the Pharaoh.
Yeah, Pharaoh should have left a while ago, but that he did get the solo bolo on Snabopsy, so that's pretty big for him.
And Red Team able to secure more of the Void Grubs, which is nice for them as well.
They do have the 3-0 grub advantage and also have the dragon. So they are doing good on the early objectives.
Really
We
like
still
the
do
move.
not have level 6 on Hailstrom. He should get it off of this wave. But Omega has rebounded from the bad early game he started in. He is a level above the Lord now.
Which is really good for them, you know. Like it's an absolute necessary thing. They need at least one really good positive going for them, and at least they have the Jax in the top side being even, if not ahead of this Mordekaiser currently.
Yep, we also have a pretty good CS advantage coming out from console. Everyone else is about around the same towards each other. A little more, a little less. It's a good trade by Pharaoh.
What we're seeing here, I really like that. I like to see the two mid laners not afraid to fight one another, constantly trading between each other, and I like seeing just in general like good play. This is great to be able to cast. And I feel right now in this game 3, both teams are really feeling it. Like, they're feeling the stakes. This is game 3. Like, one of y'all is going home after this. So, who's looking to go home? Oh,
Good
nicely
pillar.
done! Oh, that was so nice with that pillar. Negating any type of escape as Golden Pharaoh gets another kill for himself in that mid lane with the help of his jungler.
That was a solid pillar. Solid follow-up. Pharaoh is playing the way well into this matchup. Except he's taking tower shots.
Scary. No, that's a little scary, but aside from that, Pharaoh, good job. You know, man, you're doing very well.
Do you think they want to try to poach the mark again? Which they are going to get resistance this time. Killer comes on, is just hitting him away from it.
Yep, and I love to see it. They were able to stop the mark from being taken, but unfortunately, Killer Complex going to have to lose his life. Console C ends up almost getting taken out by Junie, but Junie also almost losing the 1v1 there. Critter going to be able to save his ADC. They end up losing the support, but they end up denying the mark from Kindred.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to trade a kill for a mark, but you know, the spirit's there.
Nicely done.
Don't know if the marks are worth that much money.
I wouldn't think so either. But it's still for Kindred to try to accelerate their game. It might be better. Oh man, I'm sorry. I looked away for 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden, Kumquat, trying to be the roamer that he was, unfortunately ends up losing his life to Snurfoxy.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Kindred is just hovering around mid, so when Killer is roaming on these times, he's just not. He's not with his jungler. He's not. He's kind of. It's a. Oh, it's gonna be double flash.
Oh, double flash immediately onto Pharaoh. They're trying to get some revenge for him. Amumu ulti used, able to CC them down. Omega the Reaper able to take out Golden Pharaoh as critically he's gonna have to walk away. Well, Omega getting drawn in.
Oh,
as he
we're
jumps
double
in,
going.
takes him, but we're double going in. Snurboxy making a big mistake. It's a double kill going to the Trundle, and that's the last person you really want to see getting accelerated in this game right now. The tankier this Trundle gets, is gonna be much harder to beat him.
That was just a really good play that Los Nomadas made, and then they just jumped under tower as Jax, and then ulted under his Galio.
That was completely unexpected.
It was tough to watch.
I love
Could be
watching
in
this.
trouble here.
Oh.
Oh no, he will have
Nope,
to flash.
Elstrom had to flash ready. Good job.
Kindred is on grubs. Seems like they're gonna have to trade those 3 grubs for the dragon.
I think they're willing to do that though. Does she get marks for grubs? Yeah, she does.
She only if they spawn on them, but usually they're not gonna spawn on
Console,
grubs.
run
early.
away. Nicely done with the cleanse. Gonna try to get a little bit more damage. Almost
Close.
ends up taking him out. So close.
Golden plating saved them.
Yep. And then all the Void Grubs end up being secured by the Kindred there. So 3-3 on the Void Grubs from each side. So that's pretty even exchange of the objectives, even though both Drakes so far have gone to the side of Kraken Slayers.
Yep. We have Junie going for kind of an interesting build. It seems like she's going for Rift Maker first item, which I don't know how good that is on Syndra, but maybe there's a tech I don't know about.
Oh, hold on, a little bit of trading here, but Snirbopsy not entirely sure who's there, and instead you're getting stopped. But Ray is here to go ahead and attempt to help out his mid laner. Not going to be enough. Killer Kumquat now on that core JJ flow, ready to roam around. Double kill going to the mid laner. Good job, Golden Pharaoh, to be able to stay alive in that, and then everybody roaming up to be able to help get those kills secure.
Leandri doesn't build out of the Fiendish Codex. Leandri builds out of the Blasting Wand.
Yeah, Blasting Wand.
That's why I would assume it's. That's why I would assume it's Riftmaker, but I don't actually. Oh, that's not good.
Ooh, that was really unfortunate. That was just out of nowhere. Swap to Syndra just dying, or no, not Syndra dying, but the Tunnel dying. Oh, taken to Brazil. Hailstrom looking to fight Reaper, but probably not the best time to fight, as you end up losing your life in a solo dolo.
Jax says Jax likes Brazil. That's actually where he's from.
That's exactly where he wants to go. He's looking to visit home, and you brought him there free express.
Yeah, unfortunate miss on the combo there from Killer. I think they could have been able to get that kill on Kindred there for the Varus, but Jax is starting to get kind of ahead in this top lane, which is kind of a saving grace for Los Nomadas. They do have a side of the map that is stronger.
And it's definitely proving to be good for them because, as you can see, the gold lead right now, just decide to look up. It's only about 500, so mitigating the gold lead, still having decent macros. You know, there's some mistakes that were made initially. We are still seeing honestly, what I'm gonna say is an even game from both sides. Even though the bot side is winning on the side of Kraken Slayers, we do see the top side for the side of Los Nomadas definitely doing well and winning for them.
So now Junie has a Blasting Wand. So now, like, I feel like she accidentally built an incorrect item, and then she's now trying to recover from that by building more incorrect items. I don't know what we'll see shortly, like what kind of build she's going for, but right now she has like components from 3 different items. So I'm not sure what exactly she's trying to cook right now. This is gonna cause her to be a little bit weaker than she would probably want to be right now, but and it also does look like Snirbopsy is going for what seems like a Cosmic Drive first item. I am correct on those items, which I have not seen on Galio before, but could be good.
Oh yeah, it's not like Proto Belt or anything goes out of that, so. Oh, console. Cleanse gonna be used. Ult gonna be used. Second charge of the ult. That's your life being given up. Shut down. Going over to the Syndra. Oh, that's some very unfortunate deaths that are just happening for Kraken Slayers right now, randomly on different parts of the map. And that's not what you want right now. Oh, and there might be another one. Yup, immediately walks. Doesn't have the cleanse, only flash and TP this time. So he's trying to get away to CC locked under there. Trying to get a little bit more. Actually able to get away as a lot of damage is dealt onto Junie. Junie gonna try to dodge out as Trundle is walking down. They do see him there. We're waiting for that long range. Right into him. Drops the Rift Herald, and they're looking like they're gonna try to take a little bit more from this bot side. They really want to take this win. There's 5 members here chasing down Critter. He's gonna attempt to fight it out, but Snirbopsy's gonna snuff his life out before he can. That's a whole lot of deaths down there. But right now, for the side of Los Nomadas, looking real clean.
Yep, they are. Their Syndra is in a good spot now. Jax is way ahead of the Mordekaiser, so they are just. Oh, he's just gonna dive him right under top.
Oh yeah, doesn't even matter. He doesn't care. Mike yep, he loses his life for it, but he still didn't care. I mean. Oh man, now this is where we start to see the problems. I think it's going to be very hard for console, even with the cleanse, to be able to 1v1 Genie once he comes online with items. Just because first Syndra, this is why when you just sit there like, oh, we're just gonna take a bet and we're just gonna bet channel points. This is where I get worried because the way that the team is gonna scale up for the side of Los Nomadas is looking real scary.
So they have ways of dealing with Junie later, but a lot of it's going to be on Pharaoh's shoulders, because their game plan is gonna have to be kiting back from Los Nomadas running at them with the Amumu and the Jax and the Galio. So it's gonna be a matter of if Pharaoh can lay out enough damage to kind of weaken them to the point where once they get on top of them, they're able to finish them off.
Exactly. But yeah, and then
I mean, it's definitely it's the gold is very even. Objectives are very close, so it really is in anyone's hands.
it's not a lost game or anything at all.
It's just gonna very depend on how these next few fights play out and how Los Nomadas use this like little bit of tempo that they have. The biggest thing is gonna be you know, Jax in the side lane is gonna be hard to deal with as the Mordekaiser, but they should be able to send additional resources while these objectives are currently not on the map right now, and they should be able to try to stop his splitting.
Right, with the current dead air going on, and it's just easier for them to try to at least mitigate some of the split push that he has.
Yeah, we do have Baron coming up in 40, so that's something that Jax is going to look at and realize, okay, I'm going to be able to split on this bot side of the map. If they send multiple people, we will just do Baron. Which right now, there is a lot of people on the bot side of the map right now, so we'll just be careful.
Yep. So right now, instead, they're going to try to take this turret. Ult is used by the Varus to try to take down Ray Woods. Should be enough. Critter ends up taking that kill, but right now, Hailstorm attempting to fight the Jax. Unfortunately, going to lose 1v1 in that bot side. But more is trying to be attempted to be taken right here in this mid lane. As Kindred and Snarbopsy are the only two left in the mid lane there. As Junie was forced to walk around to, get out alive. But they do end up taking that turret in the mid lane, but only with the loss of the support.
Yeah, it's a good play from Kraken Slayers to be able to get that kill, but again, it's just the Jax is kind of just slapping the Mordekaiser in this matchup right now, and it's going to be really hard for the Mordekaiser to be able to ever really stand up to him, especially now that he has Thundered Sky. He's not going to take bad. Like, these trades are going to be just increasingly worse for Hailstrom to have to deal with.
Yeah, Killer just looking for something here, able to find a little bit of a pick, but Bulgaria is going to have that flash and jump right over the wall and force the Kindred out of their jungle.
Yeah, Bulgaria still, to my knowledge, does not, or yeah, Kindred does not still have 4 marks yet, so I don't know exactly how many marks. Yeah, how many marks we got? Mark check. 3. Yeah, 3. So yeah, we're almost 4. Can't spawn on Raptors unless it's under 4. But yeah, we're almost to that point where we get the 4 marks and it's nice. Until then, we're a little bit short range on Kindred.
Right now, I think they're sitting pretty though. Still, gold lead still very close, only about 500 gold apart from each of the teams. They haven't really opened up the game in a sense that makes it feel like it's insurmountable for either team to win. Like, this is definitely a better matchup for Hailstrom, but right now there's 3 members coming up. Los Nomadas really playing to their strategy, but Hailstrom trying to take away that strategy. He takes the Galio to Brazil, and he's waiting for the rest of his team to come up. Shield able to save him from the unleashed power as the red turret destroyed in the bot side, but we're gonna see the Amumu also drop on there, and it looks like Pharaoh's gonna attempt to fight it out, but Omega the Reaper too damn strong on this 7-2-1 Jax. But we do see the shutdown for Critter as they take down the Kindred. This is looking like potentially a Baron if they're looking like they want to take it, and yes, they do.
Yeah, I think if Pharaoh doesn't walk back up there, he actually just like makes the hero play and doesn't die to the Jax and saves his lane. But he did unfortunately get too greedy and kind of ran back into him. So I'm just gonna look for a kill here. I don't think she's gonna be able to get anything. We have TP straight onto to Dragon from Snarbopsy. They are just trying to sprint straight for the Dragon so they can trade it back.
And I don't
Yeah,
think I think it'd be better to reset at this point and just let.
Yeah, they really should not try to contest this dragon right now. They should just reset.
Yeah, Hailstrom is just walking right into a trap. Yep, that's not looking good. Yep.
They might actually have the inside track.
Oh, wow. Out of nowhere, dropping onto them. The ult being used. Killer Tomcat going to be the first death of the fight. As we do see Critter drop. Unfortunately, they thought they had the drop. It wasn't enough. Kindred ulti dropped down to stop all the deaths. As Mordecai is right in the middle. All the shield up a little bit. Shut down as the Omega the Reaper takes out the Mordecai. This is the big fight that was needed to be able to propel this game a little bit forward. The Baron basically lost on all members except for one. That was complete. You thought you opened up the game with the Baron? Well, now it's back to even as you lose the Drake and your lives.
Yeah, they really should have. It looked good for a split second there, but they just don't have the damage. They don't have the cooldowns to actually. Like, I don't think a lot of their, like, Trundle, I know Trundle's ult wasn't up. I know, like, Pharaoh didn't get his ult off. Hailstrom didn't get Death Row. Like, none of them really got their ults off except for Varus. I just think that there's no reason for them to fight. They should have just taken the Baron, taken the resets, conceded the drag, which they did spend 2 teleports on Los Nomada's side to get that dragon, and they should have just focused on pushing their lanes out.
Yeah, I don't know who was probably in the comms calling for the shot caller to be like, hey, let's go fight, go fight, go fight. I don't know who was calling for that, but I don't think it was worth, especially for like a Cloud Drake. It's not worth the fight for.
So I don't think they didn't have vision on the Dragon Pit, so I think they didn't know that they would all be there so fast, or have it like maybe they assumed they had more time, but I mean ultimately it's just not worth even face checking the area when your abilities are now up. But they do still have one Baron on console. They can try to make a push like mid lane. Pharaoh's gonna get jumped on and killed.
And that's unfortunate. That's what happens when you just see a literal Omega the Reaper on the Jax right in front of you, 10-2-2. Just continuing on his rampage. This Juggernaut is going to be very difficult to stop. Soon enough, he's going to upgrade himself to Raid Boss mode, and that's not going to be any fun for anybody. So they're kind of right now, Kraken Slayers are sitting on a ticking time bomb right now, and they're just eagerly awaiting for if they can kill this Jax, or if, you know, the game ends up ending off this Jax's carry.
Yeah, the Jax is going to be very hard to deal with. The best case is probably going to be for like a Trundle to ult in, but again, Trundles can't 1v1. I mean, maybe he can?
Never mind, we might be wrong.
I don't think you should keep chasing. No, you should not keep chasing.
Turns around and doesn't end up doing anything for him. Trundle ends up losing his life when we thought he could win the fight. Right in the middle, Bulgaria uses the Kindred ulti to try to go ahead and take his life. Flashes out, able to get away from the Mordekaiser. We do see more dropping down. Cleanse used by Console C, trying to get away. Gonna lose his life to the Syndra as he shut down. Knocked up as everybody gets caught up in the middle of the Galileo ulti. Killer Conquest trying to get away. Kindred able to take that kill on the bot side. As we're gonna see now, Killer Conquest losing his life. Pharaoh might be next. Yes, he is. The Jax takes it. That's an ace. Still alive as well. The team is now starting to fall apart. The lead is now starting to escape them as Los Nomadas is trying to barrel down more. They want to take this game.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely taking very questionable fights at this point in the game. I feel like we're starting to see Kraken Slayers unravel just a little bit because they aren't seeming to be able to deal with the Jax in the side lane. Instead of sending multiple people, they just keep sending one person there, and they keep inevitably losing. And so I either think you have to send a couple people and try to actually shut down his split push, or you just need to have everyone try to get a pick somewhere else. And I'm not sure. We're kind of just taking really poor fights. I don't think Kraken Slayers can't come back from this. They definitely were in the driver's seat for most of this game, but they are starting to fall off the tracks a little bit.
But you know, this is again, I'm not casting with karma, unfortunately. This time around, well, I'm glad I have you, DD. It's great to have an old teammate too. But It's really funny because every time I always like to make the joke with Karma for this, and it's the 3K gold loop swing. Oh, hold on, Hailstrom. That's just you don't want to
Yeah,
meet this Jax 1v1, man.
we just keep walking too far up. We cannot push these lanes out when there's a Jax there. So no, we have to give the dragon now.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
we're
can't
not
kill the fight.
we're not giving the dragon.
We're just gonna keep
We're
fighting, I guess. And right in the middle, Killer's gonna be able to get into the middle of them, but also Moon gets in the middle of everybody else. They're about to go in and Killer as they take out the Kraken Slayer jungler. Junie gonna take out their enemy AD carriers. Killer's not gonna be able to do much else. Bulgaria going to be able to kill out Killer Kamqua, and now Hui trying to run away. As right, you have the Jax on the top side, just absolutely getting ready to decimate your base. This is why they're trying to stop the backs, or at least send them to the gray screen. That's another ace for Los Nomadas, and that's another Drake secured as the Baron is just about to spawn. Right now, they're looking like they're gonna roam right up to it and grab that buff too.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
Yeah, the Jax is proving to be quite a big issue for their team as they cannot stop running 1v1 into it. So they are just going to lose these objectives now. What should have been done is as soon as Hailstrom dies to that Jax, they should have just reset and stopped his push. Maybe tried to prep, get items before Baron, but it's just. I feel like we're not learning.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because the game started off very, very well for Kraken Slayers. Like they were doing decently, and then all of a sudden this,
Yeah,
as you said, it kind of unraveled.
yeah. They took a few bad fights, and a lot of bad 1v1s against Jax.
And now he's just sitting at 13-2. This is what it looks like for solo queue Jax. Yeah, I like seeing Trundle like, yeah, I'm going back. I'm out of here. I just don't see where they catch a good fight. Nicely done, Critter, to stop Sabasi.
Use ghosts, so it's kind of unlucky pathing.
Unfortunate indeed. This one cannon minion's targeting the Alistair over targeting the tower, which is, good for them. They don't get that free damage onto the tower. Yeah, just keep targeting Alistair. Oh, nope, finally targeting the turret now. So they're gonna try to start getting this mid lane turret. I do like seeing that the Jax can literally force them to just go somewhere else entirely, or just allow him to just push down your entire base. Like, they could send 5 there, but they send 5 to that Jax, it's just gonna end up being the mid lane getting taken now. Like, it's really hard to play with this type of split decision. Like, yep, this is gonna be the mid lane tower going down. And that's an immediate engage. Big scatter the weakest. Limb respite comes down. Going godlike Junie this time around. With still the perfect game as Bulgaria is able to take them out with another kill. Going on the killing spree. This is now
Oh, you're just gonna break in the song there. Yeah, it does look like Kraken Slayer's bell has
For whom the bell
been rung. GG's for Los Nomadas.
Oh, Junie, unfortunately, I cast the curse here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, unlucky. No more unkillable Junie.
Well, I will say it was definitely well played by Kraken Slayers to take that game 2 and to try to give it their best in the game 3. But the victory does go to Los Nomadas in that game 3 and for the series.
Yes, sir. They will. Los Nomadas will be the first team advancing on to the semifinals. Definitely was not a stomp by any means. I think that game 3 was definitely in a winnable position at some points for Kraken Slayers. I just feel like they
definitely made them fight for it. Like like it wasn't until about maybe the last like, because I think we were saying around like 19 minutes that right before the Baron spawn, like this is gonna be really, really important for them. But like it was right when the Baron spawned is when like that's when everything started to barrel down because we saw like some plays being made and they just couldn't do it. I want to I don't I can't remember everything because like my head's like all over the place like boom. And congratulations to those who voted for Los Nomadas. That's some big points for you. I will definitely say you know good games between both teams, but Los Nomadas now gets to advance on. So who do we have for MVP actually? I'm seeing Omega the Reaper getting the first vote. Alright, so technical difficulties for Deity. He should be back soon. Oh,
Well, I'm here with you. This is
there
interesting
you
voting so far. Bulgaria's
go.
up at 5 points, leading the
Yep,
way.
yep. I see Reaper at 3, Bolg at 5, and then 1 each for Snur and Junie. And you go. We still got some time to get some more votes in, people. Come on.
Sorry about that. ISP wanted to pull a funny on me. All right, we are back.
Don't you just love when the ISP does that to you?
Yeah, I love it. That's what they. That's their favorite thing to do to me. Um, right. So, do we have the MVP vote started yet? I'm not sure what I missed.
Yep, we do. I think there's about a minute left. Currently, Bulgaria is up with 5 votes. Omega the Reaper's in second with 3. Stern Popsy and Junie with 1 apiece. And there is no love currently for Ray Was.
Unlucky.
That's, just carrying that burden of the support, and, you get no love. But don't worry. Supports on the
Yeah,
cast love you, man.
we love you, man. I'm used to it too, bro. It's all right. No honors, no MVP votes. It's all good. We'll play our hearts out, but we just can't win. It's all right though. You at least get to advance on, and that's at least a win in your book, you know. Do see Omega Reaper creeping up on Bulgaria though, as they're 4 votes right now. Who wants to? You guys gonna try to tie that up? Who wants to make a difference
Nope.
here? Come on now.
That's it.
Oh,
It's
it
Bulgaria.
closed out by 1 vote. Was able to win it out. Bulgaria is this quarterfinal MVP for this match. Do
Come
we
on
have
up here,
player?
Patty.
I was about to say, do we have player up here for I want this interview. Come on, Bo. He's gonna deny us the interview. Oh, there he is.
Hello. I should not be here. I just want that on the record.
The one, the only MVP of the first game of the
Right.
quarterfinals.
There ain't no way in hell I'm the
The
MVP of that.
jungler for Los Nomadas, Bulgaria.
Ray getting 0 votes is the biggest ripoff I think this league's ever done.
Your team didn't vote for him. I don't want to hear that.
Means nothing.
Well, you told us that your team wasn't gonna win game two, and you didn't win game two. Looks
Insider
like you
mean,
won
trading.
yourself a lot of points. What do you have to say for yourself?
I mean, game 3 was something. Game 2, we had a strategy. Game 3, I can say we didn't, and Panic picked every pick, so that was fun. Nah,
You avoided the
yeah,
question though about game two.
yeah. I mean, game 2 kind of just fell apart everywhere. It was an all front. I got caught out a couple times. It was a slow motion train crash that no one could take their eyes off of.
Yeah, game two, I think they definitely turned the script against you from game one. You guys definitely dictated the pace, the macro
Lethal
plays, what you
Lime
wanted to
roaming
do.
game 2 was that and Nocturne. Nocturne is broken right now, if anyone doesn't realize that. But Lethal Lime being literally everywhere on the map and turning all those. Game 1, we had a bunch of 3v3 fights that we were able to control the pace and play the way we wanted to. It was consistently 4v3 topside with how much. I mean, Alistar felt like wasn't in lane for 7 or 8 minutes there in the middle of the game.
Yeah, they
So,
basically they ganked early, got 2 kills onto console C, and then said, okay, you can go roam now. And
yeah,
then yeah, just created the advantages elsewhere. I thought it was a good pivot by your team in game three. I don't know, like it sounded like you said it was more panic picking than necessarily
uh,
proactive, but I thought it was really good to get Ray was on Amumu and gave him a lot more roam potential.
that wasn't intentional. That was gonna be a Mayamumu. Um, but we needed AD damage, so out came the Kindred, who I don't know how well that Kindred actually plays right now.
the deity was it looks like he's on technical difficulties. Yep, it's back right here, but he was expecting a Pantheon coming out mid lane, especially when it wasn't left when it was left up and was not banned. Was
We
that
definitely talked about it. It was we felt like we needed more AD damage than a Pantheon because Pantheon will fall off at a certain point. Um, but I love that Galio pick. I mean, it helps him. Bobsion, the Galio, and the Pantheon are both phenomenal just with how well he's able to rotate on those champions, and helps us turn a lot of fights that when I overextend usually and get caught out, he's usually there to save my ass. So that's something I definitely appreciate.
deity Malco? You guys got any questions for MVP here?
I was gonna say, so now that you guys are advancing on to the semis, um, what team are you looking to potentially go up against? If we do, we have a potential picture of the bracket by chance? I could tell them who.
We were actually looking for that. I could not find it. I don't know
Let me
if
do
Believe
some
it
digging.
is.
We
Believe
had
it
it from the
is.
seer.
It's not Ultra Lords. It's What would
Got it. Coming up now.
You guys would be potentially either Donger Squad or Bomba Bros.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look more into both teams. I know we've played Bomba twice, being as
Same
they're the
division.
other team in our division. Um, but they seem to always have some type of change or pull something out new. So I'll be interested to see how those games play out in general. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't done much looking at the teams since week 9, so I'll be interested to see how that plays out. Sunday will be interesting to see some of these games. That game, and I think the Goat Kings Titans Wrath are the 2 games I'm most looking forward to watching.
Okay, okay. And last question. So I know this is probably going on for a lot of the teams, and I'm not sure if anyone asked this question, but for like just getting adjusted to like the new patch and everything, how much practice did your team actually have before this game?
We played games 2 days. We played, I think, 2 games 2 days ago and some games last night, but not a ton. I didn't even touch League until Tuesday for over a month, so that was helpful. Um, a couple of the guys I know were playing some on PBE to try to get used to it, but there wasn't a ton of practice going in. I think Kraken didn't have a ton of practice, as I was talking to John, or at least team practice going in. So I think this patch is definitely interesting. There's still a lot of learning going on. I think it's going to coin flip some of these games that might have been favored one way or the other, just based off of how champions have changed and how the items and builds have changed the meta.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you guys have any other questions for Bulk here?
No, dude's MVP, dude. He knew what he was doing.
The most undeserved MVP this season.
Hey, man. Take him where you can get him.
Listen, it's the people's. You're the people's champion. They voted for you.
So
They saw Kindred in the new cinematic, and they're like, "Ooh, I know this. I know this from somewhere. Seen this before."
hey, I didn't play tanks. I mean, it's a miracle.
You tried to
Right?
though.
I tried to. I tried to play tanks.
You attempted to play the MMO. Your team just told you no.
No tanks for you.
Should have just put Ray wasn't on Senna. You would have had 80 damage.
I forgot Senna was a champion. I'll be honest.
Got him.
But all right, guys. Well, thanks for having me. I'll
Yeah,
let you guys finish up the
absolutely.
stream.
Alrighty, thank you, Bulgaria, for joining us. And is there any final words that you guys have before we close out stream tonight?
Prime subs.
Gotta use those
Lego.
Prime subs.
Tune in Sunday to find out who plays for who and who wins against who. Battle of Retribution.
Did we already say who was being streamed for Sunday?
We did not. That was not posted, but
that is TBD. Actually,
my gut instinct and feeling is we're gonna go with Titans Wrath, Go Kings. But
unlucky.
We'll
I wanted
we'll
to see
those
Bomber
times.
Bros Donger Squad. Unlucky.
Well, you also get to are a little bit biased there with being on Goat Kings, and we'll be seeing that game live in person yourself.
Well, yeah, I know. I wanted to see a different game.
Exactly.
I want to see my own game again.
If anybody on Sunday wants to come through, by all means, remember to return here at Valhalla Esports. Don't forget to use your Prime subs, follow, and do all the good things that help support the stream. So yeah, I guess it's Titans Wrath Go Kings that is being streamed on the that's the 15th, I believe.
And we'll definitely make sure the
14th.
Yeah, the 14th is now tomorrow on East Coast time. It's will now be Sunday. Um, but we'll definitely push the captains of the winning teams from the other two games to get their VODs in, and we'll do the best we can to see if we can get those streamed next week as well. But at least make those available to the team so they're able to do the scouting that they need, and give you guys the best product that we can.
Hearts in chat for Mr. Blitzkrieg.
Running the stream.
What a guy. Doing God's work.
Yep, runs the stream smoothly. Being without him, I don't know how. Literally.
Yeah. No. Just trying to give people what they want. Trying to make sure we're providing quality entertainment to our viewership.
And he's so humble.
Just trying to keep everything going. But all right, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for sticking with us, everybody who has. Again, we'll be back in on Sunday. Any final words?
Aside from if you haven't already, use your Prime subs. If you're interested in casting, by all means, talk to one of the production people. And I'm Malco, and I'm out.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
DD, I'm also out.
See you next time.